Mark Dacey from Team Nova Scotia. And we're coming up next on TSN.
It's a better day. No snow, but it remains cool here in Ottawa. And the Nokia Brier on TSN. Mark Dacey and Nova Scotia are off to a pretty good start. Paul Fleming throwing the third stone together with Dacey now skipping. They're making a very competitive pair. Alberta's Dave Nedowin throws the skip stones for this Alberta team, which is among the leaders too. Randy Ferbey wears the skip tag, and they may be tagged for success. Of course, curling has been the main topic of conversation here in Ottawa for the past couple of days, but it's not the only thing that people are talking about. The weather has captured a lot of attention. It's because of that big nor'easter that has been rolling up the East Coast. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Ottawa and TSN's continuing coverage of this 2001 Nokia Brier, and I am thrilled to be in the Ottawa offices of Environment Canada with the latest weather conditions. If you look at this map here, you can see it's pretty calm across most of Western Canada, but when you get into the east, like here, this is Southern Ontario, and then towards the East Coast, the Maritimes, it is really rough. Here's another example. Look at all the blue. That means snow, and the pink means freezing rain. If you come over to this one, you can see that Ottawa, which received maybe about 5 or 6 centimeters, is just on the edge, but it is pushing all the way to the East Coast. And Halifax, you are in for trouble today. It's up to 24 centimeters of snow in Halifax and very high winds. And it turns out it's a Halifax team we are featuring today. Mark Dacey from the Mayflower Club in Halifax and Nova Scotia going against Edmonton's Randy Ferbey out of the Otwell in Edmonton. And in Edmonton today, what a day you're going to have. +7 and sunny skies. Linda Ray, I'm just made for this.
Well, Victor, you're over the edge, but never mind all that scientific stuff. What did the groundhog say?
Well, if you're looking inside the arena and seeing some thunderclouds over someone's head, it's probably Mark Dacey. Here's a guy who lost the 95 Brier final playing for Saskatchewan and Brad Height. Then he lost the mixed Canadian final this year. He really wants to win this Brier badly. And they were cruising along pretty well, lost to Ontario, but Wayne Middaugh had been playing great. Then this morning hit. And it was not a good game against Quebec. Gave up a big end in the first end, and you'll see coming into the game is the first line for each player. Shooting percentages were great, but look at the bottom. Tom Federley kept up his numbers, but then they started to fall and really fell for Mark Dacey. You don't have a lot of time between the morning and afternoon game. He's got to try and get back the field, and this is a very big game for Nova Scotia.
And he did come out very flat, but he'll recover. Those of you that have been with us for all these years remember the late 80s in a combination of Ferbey and Ryan. And they were tough team. And especially Randy. He is a competitor. And you can see it and hear it in his voice. And he's got this team pumped and fired. Randy Ferbey goes into every game with a game plan. He knows how to play each and every one of these teams. He's got David Nedowin throwing last and throwing that last rock very well. Randy Ferbey will be tough this whole week.
It's a Nova Scotia tradition to throw their maritime frisbees into the crowd here at the Civic Centre. Nova Scotia, Alberta, draw 10 is next.
Introducing Nokia Mobile Messaging. Nokia, connecting people.
It's bred for European tastes, but built for North American desires. With a seductive, ergonomic design, provocative performance, responsive power, sexy, low-profile wheels, eye-popping curved view, and superb handling in tight corners. not to mention driveways, decks, and even those silly motor cars. The Karcher high-pressure washer. You really have no options.
Shuttle, we're shutting down for a couple hours. Why don't you guys get some rest?
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Introducing the Ford Escape. Imagine a world with no boundaries.
All kinds of dreams bubble up from fertile imaginations. Investing with Standard Life can help you realize your childhood dreams and more. Standard Life. Profit from our knowledge.
Quest vitamins and mineral supplements. Available where quality dietary supplements are sold.
Raptors, Lakers, NBA basketball, TSN Wednesday.
The Nokia Brier on TSN, presented by Sheraton Hotels and Resorts, is brought to you by Ford, supporting the drive to achieve. Karcher, quality cleaning equipment. And Nokia, proud sponsor of the Nokia Brier.
Well, with teams losing this morning, including Ontario, their second, Quebec winning their fourth. Look at how it is tightened up. Alberta, PEI remain in first place. And look at the teams now at 2 losses. And of course, every loss brings the bottom of the table into play. So those teams now, even at 4 losses at this point, still have to figure they may have a chance, but they've got to get it going, including BC, Newfoundland, and the team from Yellowknife still looking for their first wins. As always, the 4 sheets in play here at the Civic Center on this Tuesday afternoon. As I say, the weather has turned better here in Ottawa. About 4 centimeters of snow yesterday. Here are all the games. Northern Ontario has a chance to go above 500 for the very first time. That's our featured game, Nova Scotia and Alberta. Manitoba against PEI. Big game for PEI. All 4 of their wins have come against teams on the bottom half of the standings. And Saskatchewan, after losing 3 straight, have rattled off 3 wins. Must win for BC. Those with the afternoon off include 3 of the leaders, New Brunswick, Ontario, and Quebec. So the weather is better. Let's find out now if, in fact, warming up will affect the ice. Let's read it now with Ray, brought to you by Nokia.
The weather's great inside and outside, Victor. Around the center guard, 3.5 to 4 from both sides with either turn, lots of curl. It may change a little through the game. Around the corner guard, inside out, 3.5 to 4 as well. We'll watch it closely to see if it goes to the wings. From the outside in, you get lots of movement. 4 may to go to 4.5. Now this morning they had a little bit of trouble. It was a little bit straighter. We saw this area here. Brock's having a little trouble breaking across the center line. I don't expect to see that this afternoon. Once again, you have to watch the slide path. As the rock finishes in that area, it can dig in a little bit. But I predict, Mr. Weatherman, a lot of great shots.
Absolutely, as we meet the 2 teams, the Nova Scotia champions out of the Mayflower in Halifax. Their lead is Tom Federley, Blaine Iskew, Paul Fleming, and their skip, Mark Dacey. And the Alberta champions from the Otwell Curling Club in Edmonton lead Marcel Rock. Second, Scott Pfeiffer. Throwing the 3rd stone, Randy Ferbey. And the skip stone, Dave Nedowin. Nova Scotia will play the red stone, so they will have the hammer. And to get us going, is there a better name in curling than the Alberta lead, Marcel Rock?
Just before we start, Victor, did I hear correctly that you have closed all the schools in Halifax so they can watch this game? I'm sure I heard you say that, so all you kids
just go home.
No school.
I'll sign all your notes.
Well,
yeah, they're getting hit again down east.
Right. Right here. Okay, that's fine. Marcel Rock. It's right up there with Wyatt Buck. Our favorite.
He will be. We just haven't seen Wyatt for a while.
No, he's still playing away, banging away.
It's been one of those weeks where we haven't really been able to predict a certain team and the way they're going to play. Not their style of play, but actually just their shooting percentages, because we've seen Wayne Madaw come off 2 100% games and have a couple of games where he hasn't played as well. And Mark Dacey been cruising along beautifully, and he fell this morning. Now, these are the kind of players that are not going to stay down, but it's been a little bit of an up and down week already.
Like the weather?
Like the weather.
Whoop. Tick. Touch up. No bump. Tick. 5. Tick. 6. Room. Hey, yep. Hard. There. Real hard. Gotta go. Hard.
Not able to squeeze it by.
Well, the weight was fairly close. It needed sweeping for line only, and we're going to talk about ice times now, brought to you by Karcher. Remember, we measure between the hog lines, and it's a scale running from 9 seconds for hits to almost 16 for guards. We concentrate on that draw weight starting at about 14.5 seconds. So if the number is closer to the hack weight, it's too fast, and closer to the guard weight, it's too slow. And we'll kind of play along during the game and see how the players are doing with those ice times.
Right up.
Beauty.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. What a nice start for Nova Scotia.
Tom Federley. Yeah.
You may hear some other numbers for weights, and this is for draw weight. Backline to hog is for the sweepers to judge if it has the correct weight, and the other 2 numbers are for the longer distance down the sheet.
Scott Pfeiffer, the native of St. Albert, just outside Edmonton. Run it back, get one. Shot. He'll get the back stone out, but it's still Nova Scotia lying one.
Oh,
was it? It's a very nice shot, though. I got rid of one and bounced the other out into the open.
Still allows Mark Dacey to come around.
Could go over here.
And yes, you could spread them out.
Decision time.
Ray, you were really impressed with Nova Scotia in one of the other games we saw where they came out with a game plan and they stuck to it. You're coming off what you'll admit is a bad game. So what is your game plan coming off something that you're not happy with?
You usually build your game plan around who you're playing. And I mentioned that Randy Ferbey certainly, he has a specific idea of how he plays certain teams, and I would think that he would, with Dacey being so aggressive, Linda, he would approach this game the same way he did Wayne Madaw, the game he had against Wayne Madaw, which was so successful. And that rock's just a little too deep. Normal here. The out turn coming around, trying to get to the face of the stone, just in the back of the button.
Clean. Room.
It's kind of nice for Nova Scotia, Vic, to hold the hammer in the first end. Remember, Quebec this morning held the hammer and scored 4 against Nova Scotia, and that was what set them off on a bad track.
That's an interesting comment you make, Linda, because I talked to a couple of teams, and Kerry Burdick said to me this morning, it's nice to win that game, and we won 2 games now that we didn't have last rock in that first end. It's just a small thing, but it's to mean a lot. This could be a disaster for Alberta Race. Sorry, Victor.
That's all right. I was going to say that
Top 12.
these 2 members, of course, on the respective teams, Iskew and Pfeiffer. But there were 2 indications, 2 stones thrown up. First by Rock, couldn't sneak it around. Pfeiffer couldn't sneak it around. So maybe a little trouble in reading the ice early for Randy Ferbey.
Well, it could be reading the ice or it could be release, because you have to have a clean release to have the rock carry for a while because it breaks so hard at the end. Watch it now as it crosses. gets closer to center, that's where it starts to finish and really curl.
Sorry. Shot late.
It's a good shot, but they would like that a little higher. Top of the forefoot.
No, even if we bump it a little bit that way, then it'll give us the out turn also, eh? A little more, Dave.
Here he is. He's a very intense person. Terrific knowledge of this sport. He's been competitive for a long, long time. Canadian champion, world champion.
It always will stay with you and I as the first event you and I ever broadcast.
That's right, mixed.
86 Canadian mixed in Kamloops. Won by Dave Van Dyne, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
8.
Well, I remember a little bit about the event and quite a bit about the drive.
Yes.
The first exposure to Clay Ricasoni.
Well, you remember how I said Nova Scotia gave up 4 this morning in the first end? Look at the Red Rocks accumulating 4 Nova Scotia now.
Draw. You got to draw.
Yeah, you can't fool around with this stone over here. You can really take this end away now. Keep it up here, that area there.
Top 8, top 4 is good.
There you are, right where his brush is. This is golden.
Paul Fleming, if you're not familiar with this story, skipped the team until 4 games into their provincial championship when they were 2-2, and then he said to Mark, how about you start throwing the skip stones? And from there on, they rattled off 6 straight wins to win the Nova Scotia title, and well, he's still throwing skip stones. Linda, explain strategy here, Ray, in as much as you might think, let's bump the yellow one out and lie 4. Why play it top?
There's a number of rocks left in this end, Vic, and you just can't afford to leave the situation there because they can come down, take the end away from you by coming down on top of you. So they still have a little chance here to coming down to the 2 stones sitting right here and getting into this area right here. But that was a good call. They wanted that a little deeper, Linda, I think.
Deeper, and it overcurls a little bit. It
much.
doesn't really block the path. Randy can get in there. Oh, you can hear those sweepers. Just couldn't get it by.
I think you have to play maybe the hit and roll here. You can't. They look like they're a little bit lined up, so you have to be careful.
Yeah. You have to anyway because you get the red, yellow lined up anyway.
You can see what I'm talking about here. These are lined up here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to make a play on this situation. And what they'll do is try and hit this one here.
Like that? Yeah.
And roll right to there.
Yeah, good.
Maybe not quite that far. All those years at Tellerstrader School practicing those circles, and they give me the rocks now.
Obviously says a lot for your practice.
I thought I was getting pretty good at those circles.
Paul Fleming. Ooh, off the red first, moves the yellow back 12, but the path is open now for Alberta.
All right. If it goes here, that's fine. Sorry, Paul. My fault. Wow.
Gee, sorry, man. Went nuts.
A little rub's not the yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, let's go here.
Why don't you just want to play here?
We'll keep it out there.
Oh, not very good.
That's why they
Let me do that again.
That's why they give you rocks.
One more time.
Wow,
that's a bagel. You're getting close.
That's good.
Yeah, but which one are we playing to? Right here.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
Like we can even freeze to our yellow. Well, where do you want to go? Wow. What's up?
couldn't handle the pressure, eh, partner?
I did kind of choke there, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just no practice.
Another week in Florida.
I'm just
This is a
trying to
key
let
shot. You can listen to them
Be
talk.
wide on this. I mean, even if we freeze sort of to our yellow, he can't get it out.
Well, they get a break here, don't they,
But, you
Linda?
know, I'll
Because
throw.
if they leave that red in the
Line
right
right.
position and don't
Try to hold
If we freeze onto the one
move things around, that path's not there.
That's right, and actually Mark Dacey apologized to Paul Fleming. I didn't give you enough ice, he said.
Lots of weight.
Not big.
I don't think it's big, Scott.
9. Down on the back one.
Well then.
Down
Well then.
there. No bump.
Close.
Got room, clean.
8, 9.
Clean, yep.
We're bumping.
Hard. Get him. Hard. Hard.
It's all right.
That's not bad.
They're line
Boy, they
2,
go.
but again, too deep. Trying to corner freeze, were they on the red stone on the button?
Yep.
Actually, they corner freeze or come to the back. Actually, where they came to was the other plan, one of the other plans.
He knows
but,
it. Does he have a double?
Well, then he can hit the inside of that and get that one out of there.
So
we
we
got
got-
to make sure that we flop.
Yeah.
I'd like to play a little weight so we move that stuff and give some room for it. Like
So rolling away is better than nosing, right?
crossing the face and rolling out is.
Better than nosing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking like hack weight,
Okay.
board maybe.
Okay. Hit and roll, eh?
Yeah.
So you
Cross
can
the
hear,
face.
Vic, that he hasn't put it in a bad spot because there's ways that Mark Dacey can go wrong here.
Just hack. Cross the face a little bit and roll inside. You can't afford to sit right there, eh? Otherwise it gives him the double, allows him to get us off the button.
You can throw peels. Can you get rid of all three of the back ones?
No. No, that one's in between the two. Crotch.
Let's go.
It's just important to cross the face of here, that's all.
Yeah.
And loosen up those back ones.
Yep. Door clean.
Yeah.
Dacey, of
Just
course,
looking
with
at
all
hack
kinds of
issues.
experience
Okay,
at the
Mark,
skip position, having skipped Nova Scotia to the final of this year's Canadian Mixed, former skip in Saskatchewan, won the TSN Skins game back in '89, I believe. Now, here's a situation, Ray. Why not leave it high and then promote it with your last one? Why don't you leave it top 4 rather than coming to the back ones?
No, you got to make this move on that now. If they sat on top of it again, now you're really in trouble. He's got to get across the face, though.
To lie 2.
Hey, Mark. I wanted to keep 7 and 8.
You get one in there.
And you guys left me with 3.
4 in practice.
I know, and I didn't like it. I want 7 and 8. I know. I want 7 8 the rest of the game.
Reference to the stones.
Okay, a little
He
bit.
threw 7 and 8 in the practice, and that's the ones he's wanted.
Yeah, but if, oh, you're saying to get even shot rock?
No, not necessarily shot rock, but second shot for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. We got to move it ahead to get second shot. Yeah.
I'll give you that same ice then.
So same weight.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
A great discussion, you heard it. Just right in there. Just feel that a bit. Right there.
Exact same weight, just bump there's a hair, like, you know, bump it 3 inches type thing.
All line, eh, first?
Well, it is, yeah.
Strong if anything, just to jiggle it around.
Yeah. Oh, I knew that. Well, you take that and move it a little bit more closer to center line, our red one.
Yeah.
Great shape.
So all they can do is watch and wait and see what Mark will have with his last one. Lots of red rocks in the house, but Dave's going to try and take away the button from him, let alone the rest of the house.
Alberta just delighted this end to get away with giving up a single. It looked very, very bad for them a moment ago.
Final stone for Alberta, the team from the Yogwell in Edmonton. Dave Netowin, big scrub now from Rock and Pfeiffer, trying to drag it right down. They'll get it by that one, top 8. Nestle in there now. Have a look. Oh, can you punch it through there and sit there for a possible 3?
A shot for 3.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the shot for 3?
Soft through the hole? Or would you rather just play for 2 through the hole and lose your shooter?
No, I think you're right. Soft through the hole. Same kind of weight, eh?
What?
Back line-ish.
Yeah. High side's better, eh?
Yeah. Back line.
They're just going to play it.
Good.
They're
Yeah,
just going to
two's
play
good.
it softly through the hole.
It looks like these ones over here are lined up a little
Just back
bit.
line way, a
This
little less
here,
sir. Okay.
where this would go this way,
it'll
and this
go
would,
right through it.
this would come off this way towards that one. But the shot here is to come down and just play this. Try and punch that softly through the hole.
Hey, just a little less? Yeah, no, that's fine.
They had to sweep it to get it by the front one. Very delicate shot.
So after being let off the hook a little bit, Alberta still faces the possibility of giving up 3. Final stone here in 1.
Weight is the entire key. If it's heavy, it won't curl.
Nothing from Federley or Iskew. Punch it through and sit, and it'll roll too far. They'll get their deuce, though. Mark Dacey out of the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax with the early lead here in draw 10.
The Nokia Brier on TSN, presented by Sheraton Hotels and Resorts, is brought to you by your Husky and Mohawk Diesel Max Fuel retailers. IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level. And Nova Scotia, Canada's seacoast. This sports break is brought to you by the Globe and Mail. Well written, well read.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the TSN Newsroom. TSN has learned that Timo Solani, acquired by the San Jose Sharks from the Anaheim Mighty Ducks yesterday, will undergo arthroscopic knee surgery this afternoon. The procedure was deemed necessary following an MRI Solani had to determine the extent of the injury he suffered a couple of weeks ago. The MRI found no major structural damage to the knee. Solani should be out of the Sharks lineup for 10 days to 2 weeks. Meanwhile, in the NBA, the long-term prognosis on Miami Heat forward Eddie Jones' dislocated shoulder won't be known until later. Jones, who is averaging 18 points a game this season, suffered the injury last night against the Detroit Pistons. We'll have details on those stories and a lot more coming up on the early edition of TSN Sports Desk tonight at 6:30 Eastern. Meanwhile, live coverage of the Brier continues from the nation's capital. Another update about an hour from now.
The best role for a woman is to serve a man, satisfy your man's needs. Politicians are just a bunch of liars.
You know, I'm getting a little tired of all this politically correctness stuff.
I think in a lot of these sexual harassment cases, the women were asking for it.
What's more important, trees or jobs?
One vote will never change anything.
If I wanted to watch child pornography, I should be allowed to do that, right?
I want my hair to turn gray. I want laugh lines.
I want more laugh lines.
I want to be a grandmother.
I want to be a great grandmother. I want to grow old. Growing old is good when you're healthy. For advice on women's health issues related to aging, talk to your Health Watch pharmacist. Billing and payment in real time. Integrating customers and suppliers on the net. Yeah.
Where you get your ideas is your business. Helping you make them work is ours. E-Solutions from Microsoft.
Let's begin our extended look at this 10th draw of the Nokia Brier. We'll start with the game on sheet A. Northern Ontario, Newfoundland, Al Hackner at 3-3 against winless Newfoundland. That's Keith Ryan out of Labrador City at 0-5. Final stone for the Iceman, who has a chance to go above 500 for the first time. And this is an open draw for 2. Put it in the paint, prepare. And a quick start for Northern Ontario with a 2-0 lead. Manitoba with the hammer against Prince Edward Island. Kerry Burtnick is 4-2 coming in. Prince Edward Island, Peter McDonald out of Summerside, the Silver Fox Curling Club there, and Charlottetown Curling Clubs, 4-1. This is a big test for PEI, facing one of the top contenders. And the hit for 2 and a 2-0 lead. Manitoba PEI has the hammer in the second. While Saskatchewan and Doug Harcourt trying to win 4 in a row after losing their first 3 with a 1-0 lead over BC, and Dean Joanisse from Victoria going to the second.
Mine's good. Got room.
No, it's heavy.
These ends are very similar. We have a center guard and a come around. Same as last end, and of course this end, it's Alberta playing the come around, holding the hammer.
Carl, baby. Carl. First one fooled him, I don't know.
That shot has to be light.
Sorry.
Anywhere short. That's what you were talking about, Vic, at lunch hour when we were talking that top 8-foot play that you haven't seen as much as we saw. I've seen a lot of it, but not as much as we anticipated.
Room.
Those angle freezes are everything.
Go line.
4, 3.
Yep. Hard now. Hard. Get in here. Come on. Hard. Every inch. Come on.
Shot.
Please, guys.
TSN.ca/curling is your one-stop shop for all you need to know about the season of champions. And this evening, after tonight's 11th draw, the Quebec team, Guy Hemmings, is slated to be online for the chat, so make a note of that. And of course, don't forget to play Ringo.
A Ringo.
Thinking yesterday, didn't Lauren Green,
Top 8 only.
Cartwright, Canadian Lauren Green, of
Mine's
course,
good.
didn't he have
Top
a song, a hit song called Ringo many years ago?
Come on, need to wait hard.
I have no idea.
Don't you? I'm sure.
You're looking me right, staring me right down.
No, I thought.
Whose was it?
Ringo's.
You may be right.
Yeah, that's right.
Great shot.
Yeah, thanks, Linda.
He threw a very, very nice outturn.
All right. Yeah, tap for yellow.
Is there?
I guess if you got to be a very, very good Ringo player, you'd be known as Ringo Starr.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
All right, let's get into this game.
Scott Pfeiffer.
That was a great shot by Nova Scotia to nestle next to Shot Stone. That's why Alberta's playing with Scott Stone to move their yellow at the top of the house around, trying to open up a path to get in.
Line them up.
Get some more rocks in the house.
Got nothing. Whoa. Yep. Oh, hard. I don't know if it's good enough. I tapped that red mark. I think. Just a good nudge back.
Here's all the top 8-foot, 12-foot, top 4-foot play that we talked about. We see so much of them. This is setting the angles, trying to get stones set up in position.
Not heavy. Line good, Blaine. Whoa! Line's good. Top 12. Room.
Just there.
Hard, then. Hard line. How's the line, Blaine? Goodbye.
Line's good. Hard! Here we go. Hard all the way. Hard! Here we go. Keep. Hard. Okay. Good.
Mark is without a doubt the hardest sweeping skip I've seen. He can brush
really
ball,
can,
yeah.
yes. Whereas in contrast, Randy Ferbey prefers not to. And actually, David Nedouin is one of the best players at sweeping. He throws last doesn't skip, but he's a great sweeper.
Yeah, he sure is.
Dave on the left, and watch if they go on this. He'll really lean on that brush head.
More, Marty.
Off.
7, 6.
Go line.
7, 5.
Yep. Hard line. Hard. Whoa.
5, 6, 7.
Yep. Hard.
Raise it up. Raise it up.
What?
Oh, very nice to lie to.
Lovely shot is right.
Linda, have you figured out, we talked about their numbering system, and they go, what, up to 12, what did you say?
3 in front of the house,
What's
3
going on?
zones for guards, 7 within the house,
Wow.
so 10 is back line.
I can see all that if you want to try soft weight nose.
Not much good if you hit it on the outside at all.
No. Dangerous rock.
Okay. Board?
Yep.
If you run this back properly, can you get those 2 off the 4 foot?
You can get one for sure. You catch it a bit on the outside, you might get them both.
Yep. Whoa!
Vic, you'll move both of them for
Whoa.
sure.
Yep. Whoa!
But you can't hit this on the outside. You'll tick your own off.
Paul Fleming.
Got to come across the face.
Good shot.
And moves 1. Would appear to still be lying 2.
Okay. Well, are we even shot, Paul? Yep. All right. Where do you want the ice?
It's a very nice shot.
Here?
As long as it's anywhere on that side of the rock.
Is that good?
Guard, I guess, eh? Yeah. But I guess we could throw an outer and come around if you want.
Oh, he's going to play this shot again, and then we
We're going to block the raise.
Shot, though. You know? Little less, Dave. I just wanted to hang out over there.
2.
Rib. Whoa. Wow. Mine's okay.
2.
Real tight.
Wow.
2.
Lean. 2. Lean.
1.
Lean.
1.
Wow.
It's over.
So from that, we
line.
figure halfway, maybe 2. Is that right? Halfway between the...
Yeah, it looks like it's going to
clockwise.
stop a little shorter than that. Yep.
Pretty messy with only 1
Yep.
stone out of play so far as we play third stones.
Yep.
Nova Scotia wouldn't mind the situation as much if it was just a 1 yellow counting. They got the red stone in the middle there, thinking they might be able to cut down Alberta. But with the yellow sitting 1-2, they're going to make a play on the red stone and hope to move up their red top 4.
Port. Whoa. Yep.
Paul Fleming.
Red on the red, on the yellow on the red, remove yellow.
Yep.
All right, let's see how it works out here. Federally Iskew. There's the red. Onto the red. And offline.
Yeah, you're going to grab nothing there.
Well,
Okay.
number 2.
What if we tap and roll off?
Want to go around, Dave?
What happens if we tap
Where?
and roll off?
I don't
Here?
Around this one.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, the way she hooks.
Well,
Or do you want to throw a guard on that?
yeah, I think so.
Throw a guard.
I think so.
This is what Randy was talking
guard,
about
Dave's
here,
got both turns
going
in, eh?
this way here.
What's he got here at the guard? He's not going to run. He's going to try to get in there.
He's going to go in. He's going to go in.
And if he gets in, then
We're not getting it out.
I think we should beat him in.
You think we should go in? Wow. He throws that intern around here. We ain't getting in there.
Does that look good?
I don't know if I like this, Dave. You like this?
Not sure about it.
Tight. It's that late finish with
Oh, you can bump this a little bit if you want.
I don't want to, no.
I don't know if that's very good. You want to do that?
Going back to the... Randy wants to play the come around. There's no question about that. Randy wants to go here.
Go here?
Will it curl enough in there?
Oh, I think so.
The reason he wants to come in first is he believes, Randy believes, if he plays a guard on the other side to block the raise for Nova Scotia will just play this very shot. Now, what Randy has to be careful is he can't come deep and allow a freeze on top of it.
Just for line.
Clean.
Yep, there.
Clean.
8.
Whoa.
Clean. 8.
Yep.
9. 10.
Whoa. Well then.
Well, right off.
Clean.
Still lots of room.
Lots of weight.
Now by their own yellow? No. But what is this left now by spilling to the edge of the 4 tee line?
I don't know. How did that ever warp in there? Yeah.
Hit and roll.
Yeah, or even like a corner breeze. That'll warp in there nice.
Yeah.
Just a
You
little
got that one.
Okay.
And roll,
Probably.
or you can play it the way he's going to play it, which is come down very quietly.
Try to get the inside of it.
Like that, and just try and wick off it a little
Mark,
bit.
Just a little back 4 in off there.
Okay.
Sitting there.
Across the face of there's the
Just moving this one so slightly.
Linda, the difference in shot selection is what?
Well, what they would like to do is position their rock carefully. There's a yellow-red, yellow rays on the other side of the house. So
It's a bit less.
where this one
What?
ends up
Yeah, it's a bit.
determines how much they've left Alberta. And they think they can get the right roll with a little less weight.
Well, you bring the brushers into play here, Linda. This is by playing this kind of weight. And they're just playing it as a draw. This is just a draw. They get the little wick. It's perfect.
All close.
Alberta thought they would go first, try and take this away from Nova Scotia, but
Right
they've
on.
left the opportunity for Mark
Right
Dacey and the team from Halifax.
We can see the clock, and that shows that it's got lots of weight, and it's just not making the bend.
Okay,
And
Mark.
now they've just given that opportunity right back.
Sorry, guys.
No, just too much weight.
Sorry.
Okay. A little heavy.
Yeah, I'm going to stuck it out a bit too.
Right here.
Okay.
Well, he might play this.
Well, yeah, but if we can come, like the way it curls in, we can come right here. And then he's going to try this and off the back or something.
Oh, wow, right?
Yeah. Try to give you.
I think that's good.
Okay.
I'll just sweep it a little bit, because I was big, so.
Full keen out there, eh?
There's your 4 feet of curl we've been talking about. You see where the brush is. Almost on the edge of the 12-foot.
Slow. All right. Well, 16 rocks we play again. Yeah. Okay. So hair less than I threw that last end, eh?
Not playing the hit and roll for the same reason.
Better positioning by using the quieter weight and letting the sweepers take it at the end. That's where the finish is.
Wow.
By itself.
Wow.
First skip stone for Alberta.
No
They
line,
do
no
have the
line.
hammer trailing 2-0.
Oh, it looks big.
Wow, in front of the tee. Take it back, then. Take it back, come on. Thanks, Dave.
Well, you know what? He's not the only one that's having difficulty with the weight right now, and they're all coming behind the tee line.
Yeah, he just too much weight both times. I mean, just overthrew it.
Right. Retake. Shot rock. And we're third shot. Oh, no, we're not beating that, are we?
Yeah, but the 3 could squirt out there.
I don't think the 3 squirts, Paul.
But your shooter's gone.
Shooter's gone.
7's gone.
8's gone. 8's back jamming. Should be safe with that.
Trying to see if they make a
What
move
about
on the
Peel on
yellow
the
red.
7? Hit it thin over the top.
Who'll be shot?
Listen to them. Yellow, red, yellow. What the
No, they
remaining
won't.
rocks
They'll
will
be
look
shot.
like.
Well,
But
it
it's
might,
still gonna be drop.
it might punch the 4 a bit too. Because when I hit the 3,
It's not going to hit the 4, man.
you don't think when I pound that hard that the 3 is going to pull this way a bit? See, I think it's going to hit the 8 and the 4.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
If it doesn't hit the 4, it's not that big a deal because it's hard to remove.
yeah.
The 3 isn't squirting that way. No way. There's no way in the world the 3 is going anywhere that way.
Go ahead.
I think you just peel the 7, get the 7 out of there and the 8 out of there, and then leave the 3 half there.
Do you think we're going to be shot?
Well, I'm not sure if we're shot or not.
Let's
But
leave
he's
him in.
laying 2 right now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking if you follow him in, you know, if you're here, beautiful. If you're here, well, he's still only a drop for 2 anyway. We know the ice and the weight.
These are the 2 stones they were talking
Worst
about.
comes to worst, you're here, and he's
If
got
they
the
hit
drop
this
in
one
there.
here.
This one here, he's got a free drop for 2, no matter what you do. I don't see that 4.
I do.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm a little more comfortable with that.
Okay.
Here, Mark.
I think you're looking to hit about a third of a rock or so, eh? Not a lot of it.
Okay.
Well, Mark thinks he can move both of these stones right here.
What's interesting, Vic, is we know these two players switched positions. If Paul Fleming was still skipping, I think he'd be playing the come around, trying to come to the back four. But Mark Dacey said, as skip, I feel most comfortable with the big weight, trying to get rid of some of these rocks.
Final stone for Nova Scotia. Alberta does have the hammer. Looking for the thin raised double. Holding the line, Petterly Iskew. Catch the yellow first. And now have a look.
Good, Mark. Looks like one yellow to me. Mark thought that if he hit it on the outside far enough, he would move that one. That's the rock he was referring. He thought he could move, but...
Or can we just play this for 3? How? Well, you hit it just...
No, I guess not, eh?
You could,
no way.
Well,
it would have
just perfect with the left.
To take the turn. Just need more weight.
Need to hit a lot of everything.
2 is not getting more than 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Randy, we can come to the back one? I think we can freeze the back.
To the inside of it, yeah.
Yeah. We can come to our back one.
Just a draw for the deuce.
We can come to our back one.
And he can come to this one here.
Well, I just need a hair less weight.
If
I'm last, then you need to sweep it and jump it off the start. I might just hold it straight, eh? So the line's got to be
come down to this one if he wants.
We'll just clean. Yeah. Well, you know what I'm worried about, eh? Yep. She'll come in.
Now remember, he was a little heavy with his first one. Dave Nedowin. Draw for 2 to tie it here in the second.
What's the line, Dave? Line's good. 7.
Gotta move.
Easy.
No line.
Easy.
Still gonna move a bit, guys. Okay.
Rock and Pfeiffer.
Line's good. Gotta get there. Line's good.
7 would be top button kind of weight.
2.
And that would be 8. But it's 2. Figure this thing out yet.
Want to play 8 ends?
A lot of rocks in play through 2 ends. 2-2 tie.
Well, that's all we're going to time for.
Weight shot didn't move a whole lot. That was a lot of time.
Nova Scotia. Discover the sights and sounds that make us Canada's seacoast. In our music, in the excitement of our past, in our seafaring heritage, and in young hearts. It's all in our 400-page Doers and Dreamers Guide. Get your free copy today and visit us as soon as you can. Nova Scotia, Canada's seacoast.
We're back. Bill, your whole business is going wireless. Can you retool to keep up?
Well, Bob, we have an 18-month infrastructure plan.
My guess, you've got 6 months tops. Can you do it?
Well, we're evaluating several options.
Can you say right here, right now, that you'll be wireless ready in 6 months?
Uh-oh, don't do it, Bill. Remain calm.
Well, if we need to do that, we can do that.
There you go. The street's going to hold you to that, Bill.
And that's when it hits you. You are so ready for IBM.
Oh, Bill.
The power of diesel is now even more powerful with the all-new Diesel Max. Fill up at Husky or Mohawk and improve the overall performance of your diesel-powered car or truck. Diesel Max makes engines run stronger, smoother, and perform longer with less maintenance. And Diesel Max burns cleaner, reducing harmful emissions over conventional diesel fuels, showing a big improvement in mileage. It's time for Diesel Max, improving performance and saving you money. Available only at your Husky and Mohawk retailers.
Silken, is everything all right? Everything's just fine.
For more than 60 years, families like Silkins have been entrusting A&J Campbell van lines to move more than just their belongings. You could say they deliver peace of mind. A&J Campbell, Canada's largest coast-to-coast mover.
Shuttle, we're shutting down for a couple hours. Why don't you guys get some rest?
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like
Ford Escape. Imagine a world with no boundaries.
Another update for you in this 10th draw on a Tuesday afternoon in Ottawa. Northern Ontario, we showed you, scored 2 in the first blank and second. Final stone coming up for so far winless Keith Ryan and his Newfoundland champions from the Carroll Curling Club in Labrador City. Facing a couple here with his final stone. Makes the hit stick 8 foot for 1, so Al Hackner has the hammer back as they go to 4. Looks like Saskatchewan has the hammer in a 1-1 tie and trying to decide what to do. That's Doug Harcourt against Dean Joanisse. And Manitoba, this is the final stone. Where does it land? Well, it's landed right in the pin. We can tell you that's one more for Manitoba, so they'll lead 3-1 now as they go to 4. The music I'm familiar with. It's Champions League soccer coming up. Leeds United against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, always a perennial contender for the Champions League title. 4:30 Eastern, the Champions League on TSN.
I got it.
Easy.
Okay, tough. It's not in, don't worry.
So we have 2 rocks in the free guard zone area.
I don't need a lot more, eh?
It was interesting, the last thing we heard the players say at the conclusion of the second end is, do you want to play 8 ends? Now, the reason they're referring to that is not that they're not having fun out there, they don't want to play 10 ends. They're eating up the time clock like crazy, and we've seen this draw after draw. In Alberta, when they played Ontario, they had just over 2 minutes left at the conclusion of the 10th end. So they're very aware that this aggressive style and the very fast ice where the rocks take a long time to travel down the ice really makes the time clock go like crazy.
No. That one didn't take off, did it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, right on.
Stay with it.
Whoa! Yeah! Hard! Hard!
Found the hole. July 1. Nova Scotia with the hammer here in 3.
11.
Yeah, it's too late on the 11.
You saw Randy hop up there, and Scott was ready in the hack to throw this. Just a bit of hurry up already.
Hey. Close, Steve.
Whoa! No!
10. It's
Not true.
Whoa, we got no line. It's got to cut. Hard now, hard. Go hard. Hard.
Go.
You know, it's funny you say that, Linda, because
Even
if you
more
look
than
at
half,
the time,
fine board.
there are other teams in other games who are into the 4th end of play with more time, and here we are still in the 3rd playing second stone.
Exactly.
Little heavy. Whoa! No.
Control.
Chance for a little hit and roll here. It's got a little bit more weight than...
No! No! Whoa! No, never. Right off. No roll.
Atta boy, good shot.
Okay.
Fine.
Over here.
Oh. Yep. No.
An extra weight, it just ran so straight.
That held pretty good, eh? Oh, it's tough ice.
That was something that we saw in Sudbury.
Hit roll, or we
the
go here?
outside in shot, wasn't it? That it would
Either
run a
one.
little straight down
Whatever
the
you
edges.
like.
Are we starting to see that develop here? Or?
It wasn't, it was much more obvious there than it was here. But you just know on this kind of ice surface, and every year we see the same thing. Outside in, on that edge, that line that slides back, the middle of the 8-foot area, it's going to run straight. It's just that in Sudbury, people just didn't adjust to it as quickly as they normally do. And there was a consistent, not major, but there was frost coming in a little bit. We haven't seen any frost here.
Same pattern does hold true, though, Vic. If you want to get the roll, and you can, if, for example, a guard wasn't here blocking Randy's attempt inside out, it might be easier inside out to get the big roll.
Hard! 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 Quick! Quick!
Whoa. Look at this roll now. Will it stop? It will, just peek out the other side.
That's a great shot. His rock is about T-line area, and it's jammable if Nova Scotia tries to tap it.
Okay, well, let's go.
How's that look? Good.
Just quietly heard him say back 12-foot weight. Back 8 foot.
Paul Fleming as we play here in the third.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Close. Wait's close.
Yep. Hard! Hard! Hurry! Hard! Hurry!
Federally in. Iskey.
Hurry!
Big scrub trying to get it by that center guard.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Got it by? No.
Okay. Soft, eh? Yeah, sorry. That was just top 4 weight. That was maybe top 4 T-line.
Try this one. How's that sound?
Explanation, top
They'll make the roll.
4 weight, and they wanted 12-foot weight.
A little less, Dave. I think it's going.
Where are you going, right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot.
There they go.
There.
Randy's another one of those players that it might be hard to follow because he has a very pronounced release. He really puts the stone with his out turn. Looks like a little bit out, but it's just a very different release. So he may not get as much curl perhaps as some others.
Quick! Hard, 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 hard.
And they'll drag it top edge of the 8. To lie
just a little down,
1, and it would appear a close second shot. Alberta here in the third without the hammer.
Yeah.
Didn't break for him, and he wanted to get that back a little bit and covered by the guard, but it just didn't finish.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
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 Whoa, yep. Whoa.
Whoa. Off, sorry. Hang on.
I think Paul threw that really well. Mark's apologizing. Just a little too much ice. The weight looked great.
Unless you want to do this.
Right here. Well,
yeah, or unless you want to do this.
Or a guard.
The guard's not that easy either, is it?
No.
Well, the guard or go around? Guard or go around?
What do you like? That's the guard.
Okay.
You know, if you leave this, Dave, you leave it open this way a little bit. You know, on this side, show him the out turn. Show him the out turn.
Great. Linda, we're hearing a lot of the on, off, which usually suggests the shot looks pretty good. But remember we were talking earlier about how you have to anticipate the brushing. Is that another indication of that?
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is some of the rocks in this particular case are tracking on them. In other words, it's not that they need to anticipate the brushing. They're thinking it's going to break, and it's not making its move. So it's a little bit of the opposite situation we saw about 2 days ago. So I'm not sure if the ice has made a slight change or if the weight's just a little bit off or what it is.
Well then, guys.
Gotta move.
Needs to move.
It's
gotta move a long way.
Hard now. Hard.
Playing the guard all the way. They talked about going in.
Come on. Quick.
Come on, every inch.
Hard.
Every inch.
Hard.
Hard.
That's good. What?
Good sweep, guys.
There's a shot. Really nicely covered.
Good peel and roll across and bump that one into the ring. Put some heat on the last guard.
Yeah, or you could try the hole in the intern. If you're really tight, you're
Take
2
the
and
roll
3.
in.
The hole
Yeah,
on the
but if I don't take it very
Yeah.
far,
Stagger.
it's a little easier.
Well, you have. I don't think the hole there with the intern.
What they were talking about is playing the peel on this one here, and then with the shooter, the rock they throw, coming across here, and possibly bumping this rock into the rings.
That's good. No. And he hits her back.
If I don't make the... I got to clear the one that's guarding first.
Yeah, exactly. I like this, Wayne. Come on, the other one, get number 2 or 3. Well, I know.
So, what are you looking at? Like normal?
Yeah, not good. I think up normal. What do you want to catch? Half or a little less?
I'd say about half.
Yeah, you want to roll over the top of that one and just push it back.
Here's the discussion.
Yeah, I'm not going to smoke it down there. Just up normal. Trying to hit a little less than half. Yeah, that would make this guard a lot harder.
You don't like just coming and trying to play through the hole and leaving them there? Or?
Well, what he's thinking, if he can push another rock in the rings, that makes that guard that much more tougher. You miss it, you're giving up 3. You'll find that they won't guard. They'll come in for a second shot someplace, I think.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
If there's another rock in the rings.
Whoa! Yes! Yes! Hard! Yes, 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 yes.
Trying to push that rock in.
Oh, just a little bit too much.
Okay, good try.
Had to hit a little thicker.
Okay. A little thinner.
Thicker.
It needed to hit more of the one rock, so it rolled over top of the other rock and punched it into the house.
Try the red raise in. We might give up 2, eh?
I guess
that'll be pretty hard.
Because if you hit it thinner, you're going to catch the back of it, maybe squirt
The shooter might come in,
yeah.
but the call was the other way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all line, eh?
Yep.
Dave Netherwin in the final. Alberta Stone here in the third. Nova Scotia with the hammer.
Clean.
Clean. 3. Line's a little tighter.
3, 4. It's Mike cut a little
3.
too much. 4. Clean it,
3.
Scott. It's going to go too much.
3 is a tight guard.
Just to stop, just to stop.
Whoa!
Yep. Whoa!
Whoa!
Tighter. I want. Hard.
Well, he's got the chance of...
Where are you going for, just to get it over a little bit? Where the ball?
I was looking at the low.
Oh, yeah.
No, you can go 2.
The nose hit.
What is it, about a third open? Quarter open. No, not even that.
It's just
That's the way it walks.
I know it walks,
The rings are alive.
but I think you're pushing it over the
Yeah.
top.
Just got to beat up that one. It's up to you. How much?
Well, it's that or raise that with easy weight.
Whatever you like.
Talking, how much can they see of this here? This one here. How much can we see with quiet weight on this one?
Well, you want to go take a look at it?
Push it.
See if you think you can.
We'll just clear that. And they could play this here.
I mean, even if you don't, you're probably going to get 1, right, with this weight.
Well, it's either just through weight and try to angle it over the top, or play forward weight and try to angle that right in.
Yeah.
I think the just through weight is probably the
I think you
percentage
can make
shot.
it. I think you can make it.
Yeah. It walks, there's no question. I think edge of the 8 or so.
Okay. So you're looking at just through, right? Even. Yeah, we don't even have to bump it out, just bump it to here.
Yeah, but if you throw just through, you got to hit it almost with the nose to get it out. So.
No, we're talking on the angle.
Yeah.
Just a little
Punching
more.
it over the top. Yeah. Let's go.
Coming across the face, trying to just move this back a little bit.
I think they are actually talking about pushing it over the other side, over top of the red one. The problem is, and that's what Tom Federley was pointing out, whichever way you do it, if you hit it at an angle, you need more impetus. If you hit it dead on, the speed of your rock is translated to the stone you're pushing. If you hit a smaller chunk, a lot of energy is lost, and that's why you need a lot more weight to get it through to try and score the 2.
Well, they all agree the stone walks across. Trying quiet tap back for a possible 2.
This one's way out there. They're going to plan B already.
Okay, well. All right, thanks, John.
It's a steal of one for Alberta here in 3.
They were definitely trying to hit it on the outside, though, and then you were right and roll the other way.
It was way up.
Forward. One yellow.
Would you expect your car to protect you? With sensors that know where your seat is positioned and the severity of the crash so the airbags could react to you? Would you expect your car to put you in a more comfortable driving position? With pedals that could adjust to how long your legs are. The Taurus SE, with the most advanced safety system in its class, and the only car in its class with power-adjustable pedals. Expect more.
It's as digital as documents get. Digital copiers, network printers, color imaging. Kyocera is where documents are going.
A Kyocera Document Solutions company.
New quilted Cottonelle Ultra. You can feel the ultimate softness. The softest, thickest Cottonelle ever. So soft and thick, it's like a little piece of paradise. New Cottonelle Ultra.
Seems like only yesterday Elaine and I started out. The town grew, and we right alongside. Now the kids are helping out. You don't stay in business this long without knowing a thing or two.
True value. Help is just around the corner.
I'm sorry to drag you in here on a Sunday. 2 hours and 17 minutes ago, our system went down.
Right now, we're losing close to 100,000 an hour.
I talked to the server vendor. They say it's an application problem.
Front end guy says it's a database.
Database vendor says it's the servers.
Did you call the web designers? Snowboarding. And whose job is it to make sure all this stuff works the way it's supposed to?
That would be yours.
And that's when it hits you. You are so ready for IBM.
Now, I know we're just past the midway point, but I tell you what, it looks like a mess right now with teams losing. Alberta PEI are on the ice, so they're the leaders right now, but Manitoba won, Ontario lost, Quebec won. Look at the teams at this moment who you would think are still very much of the equation. I mean, Newfoundland, if they get hot, 5 may not be out of it. We still have a fair ways to go, but it's tightening up here in Ottawa. As we quickly go live to the game, Northern Ontario and Newfoundland final. Stone for Northern Ontario's Al Hackner leading 2-1 as they play in the fourth against Newfoundland, and Keith Ryan jammed it to the back, but for how many? It looks like 1, 2 it is. So put 2 more on the board for Northern Ontario, and they will lead 4-1 over Newfoundland, going to 5.
Yeah.
Sweep. Sweep, Dave.
Hi, I'm Tom Federle. I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I have a beautiful 14-year-old daughter named Jenny, and I own a medical distribution company in Halifax called Medical Tech Atlantic.
With a steal by Alberta, Nova Scotia still has the hammer as we open play here in the fourth.
That's an ongoing debate we're having.
Hi, my name's Marcel Rock. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm a teacher with Edmonton Public Schools.
No. 3.
Marcel's teaching at Riverbend Junior High.
Hey, by itself, by itself.
Gotta get
That corner
over
guard's a
center.
long way over, Linda. Well, we will get a chance to see if it's going to go to the wings, if he gets a chance to play it.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because Mark groomed his player very tightly, so it was obvious he was going to get it quite far over. That seemed to be what he wanted, and most of the play now moves more into the 8-foot kind of come around rather than the 12-foot come around. One of the things you hate to do when you play those wide corners is sacrifice a rock. If the play continues more in the middle, you feel like you're throwing only 7 rocks instead of 8 rocks in an end because that one sits out there not really doing any work for you.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard line.
Hurry.
Hurry. Hurry.
Askew
Well,
and Fleming with a brush, and they couldn't sneak it by that center guard.
yeah,
I'm probably not a whole lot of help with this.
What's that?
I'm probably not.
Feel like you're...
What?
Yeah. Doesn't feel like the sweeping is doing a whole
No,
much either.
I can't do much.
Hi, I'm Scott Pfeiffer from Sherwood Park, Alberta, and I work for Hydrogeological Consultants Limited in Edmonton.
Whoa! Ah! No!
No, nothing.
No!
Just easy.
No. A little bit, Dave, a little bit.
Nice shot.
The weight, Scott.
Yeah, I think the weight was good.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Blaine Askew from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I'm a graduating kinesiology student at Dalhousie University.
A little more, baby, a little more.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, Blaine. Good.
Fine.
Which turn?
Yeah.
Out turn. In turn.
Kinesiology, if I know correctly, is the study of motion and movement. Isn't it, Linda?
That's right. It's actually interesting because Blaine's going on to do an MBA now. I was chatting with him.
Wait, looks
and
good.
sort of commiserating because I did that long track too.
But I remember a few years ago, they took Nolan Ryan and in a kinesiology study, figured that he had probably one of the best deliveries for not hurting his shoulder. His mechanics were perfect. And I'm wondering if we could ever apply that kind of study to the curling delivery.
You definitely can, Vic, and I think lots of people have looked at the deliveries, but it's funny how many unique deliveries we do get at a Brier, for example, and how effective all the players are with these different deliveries. I think the main thing they found over the years, Ray, is the only thing that really is a bit touchy as far as the body goes in injuries is maybe a tuck delivery where the knee goes way out to the side. Almost every other delivery seems to be pretty good.
What a great come around and a nice run back.
Nice shot, Blaine.
Great shot, Blaine.
Good shot, Scotty. Let's see how I had for you do. I had a little more than that, didn't I? I know we're on the other side. Oh, that should be good for me then.
Hi, I'm Randy Ferbey from Sherwood Park, and I'm employed by the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology and the Learning Resources as a customer rep.
Randy was referring to his own release that Linda talked about earlier in the game, in that they take a little less ice for his shots because he does have a little motion with his fingers, just a tiny motion, kind of. It's not. He doesn't put it back, but he just kind of releases it. Away a little bit. Not. In no way does he make it a positive rotation, but in no way does he start it at all.
Back 8. It's back 8.
Hi, my name is Paul Fleming. I live in Musquodoboit Harbour on the eastern shore of Nova Scotia, and I own a fish and chip restaurant there called Harbour Fish and Fries.
You know, for all the years we've known Paul, we've never visited Harbour Fish and Fries. We've got to go there.
We will change that.
Okay?
Now, is Halifax not hosting something next year?
Finish.
The Canadian Mix will be in Halifax next
there's
year.
our,
It's an appointment.
There's our chance.
Harbour Fish and Chips.
Okay.
We'll have to watch it too because I think it's going to flatten out this draw.
11?
Yep.
That's a very, very good point, and he's absolutely right. It's a little warmer in this building today. It's much warmer outside, as we were reported by weatherman Vic Router earlier today. Now, just watch his release here. Just sets it up. The turn, when he puts the turn on, he just sets it back a wee bit, but does the same thing each time. He's been doing it for 30 years. Now he gets the movement.
And a little flip.
Pretty good.
Lovely shot. Here's his delivery, brush up over the shoulder. Now he moves it into his fingers, and just as he lets it go, he just kind of puts the turn on with a motion that's, as opposed to being over, it's just a slight motion out.
Up normal. Okay.
So they ice accordingly. You heard him talk about that. Should be okay for me then, that's what he said.
Yep, hard.
Paul Fleming with the run back.
Facing a couple. Remember, Nova Scotia has the hammer.
Unlucky.
Okay. That redstone.
Ball, good throw.
Backed up.
Thank you, Vic. I know you like those.
Right there.
This will be good.
I think that'll be good for me. No, I think the line's the same for me. Yeah. It's just the release, because didn't your guard sort of hang there for a while too?
But once they start, there's no holding it.
I think that'll be good.
They're just talking about the ice, and they're talking exactly about what we were talking about. They talked about Randy's release and now David's, so it should be okay for me.
Hi, I'm David Netowin. I live in Sherwood Park, Alberta, and I'm a geoenvironmental engineer for A.D. Williams Engineering.
Right off.
No.
6.
No. 4.
No line at all.
No.
Getting better now. Just the line.
Wow, still open.
Hard in there. Cross center line.
You gotta get to center anyways.
Hard. Far as it goes.
Rock and Pfeiffer on the brushes.
Come on, get over center.
Hard.
Over center.
And they'll get it just a piece over the center line. Top 8. To lie 2 without.
What do you like here? Got the angle on that one. What? Then we got the angle on that one too. Yeah. Back 8. Okay. Make sure we get shot though. Tracks quite a bit when you got that little bit extra.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. You see where the rock curls. The yellow one that's touching center line got by the guard by quite a bit and broke hard. As soon as you add that back 8-foot weight, you're making it go so much straighter, and you lose some of that late break. So putting the broom down is pretty tough for these shots.
Hi, my name is Mark Dacey. I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I have a beautiful wife named Heather, and I work as a golf professional at Fairview Hills Golf Center. Whoa. Mine's good.
Weight's pretty close.
Whoa. Wow.
The native of Saskatchewan now makes his home in Nova Scotia.
Right off. Right off. Just leave it, Tom. Just leave it. Okay, Mark.
Nobody wants to do.
On the nose.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Actually, anywhere. Well, yeah. No, nose is good. He's got to go up there then.
I'll throw bumper then.
Like I threw?
Yeah.
Yeah, nose is good.
Throw a bumper and same thing, Randy. Did right on the nose. Yeah.
Even
Makes
a
the draw
smidge
tough.
out, eh?
Well, yeah, if we roll 6 inches to the outside, that's real good.
Might make him try the hole.
Whoa! Ah!
Alberta can sit 2 off this, and the rock at the top of the 8-foot could not be hit by Nova Scotia for shot rock.
No!
Oh!
Okay.
A little big.
They wanted to sit right where the rock was, so they blocked this draw.
A little big.
Just a little back. Oh, weight wasn't that bad.
No,
That one I thought I had a better release. Hey guys. Holy.
So Mark Dacey will face a couple with his last stone here in the fourth, looking to tie it.
Line's good.
It's close.
Line's
Full
good.
8 foot.
It's close.
Line's good.
Yeah.
Easy, Blaine. Easy. Sit down. Sit.
Top
Good
four,
one.
back four, and that's where it'll stop. For a single here in the fourth for Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia 4-2 coming in, Alberta 4-1 among the leaders through 9 draws of this Nokia Brier. The leads Alberta's Marcel Rock and Tom Federley for Nova Scotia. Scott Pfeiffer and Blaine Iskew throw the second stones. The thirds, Dave Nedowin, Paul Fleming, and the 2 skips. From the Otwell in Edmonton, Alberta's Randy Ferbey. From the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax, Mark Dacey.
Hurry!
Available at all authorized Uniroyal dealers across Canada.
I know, you practically live here. The odometer even says so. Well, maybe it's time for a little homeowner's insurance. Unless you prefer spending time with used car salesmen. Look, the solution's clear. New Quaker State higher mileage engine for engines with 120,000 kilometers or more. It's specially formulated to help prevent leaks, oil consumption, and loss of compression. So if you don't want to stop at 120,000 kilometers, then don't. New Quaker State higher mileage engine. What more do you need to know?
Purex has gone to great lengths to give you a longer-lasting bathroom tissue. Purex Double Roll. With twice as many pillowy soft sheets on every roll, it takes forever to run out. Purex Double Roll. Pillowy softness that lasts twice as long.
As official supplier to curling's Season of Champions, True Value Hardware presents quality products for your house. Our own Master Mechanic brand is made to last. All hand tools have a lifetime guarantee on workmanship and material. Master Mechanic, your purchase of a lifetime. True Value, around the corner from your house.
If you can't stop here, stop here for 25% off the regular price of Midas VSD brake pads and shoes. They've got a lifetime guarantee and they're the best we've ever offered. They're quieter, they stop faster, and last longer. And if they wear out, we'll provide you with new ones at no charge for as long as you own your car. So for 25% off VSD brakes, go Midas.
Sunday, a Canadian hockey champion will be crowned on TSN. Get pumped for the ESSO Women's National Championship game, live from Summerside, Prince Edward Island, only on TSN.
I think they showed people that it didn't matter where you were from, what your background was, that if you had the will, the desire, and the talent, you could do anything.
If somebody ever does manage to break their record, I think the Richardsons will always be the folklore of the game, and I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, they'll still be my heroes.
And in fact, there is one player here at this Brier, Ian Tetley, the second for Ontario, who has a chance to equal the Richardsons' 4 Brier wins. That's the subject of our next TSN profile, the Richardsons, this Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, as we welcome you back to the Civic Center on this Tuesday afternoon, and it's draw 10 in a 3-3 ties. We go to 5, and Alberta with the hammer.
4. Next. Room. Wait, good. Got a lot of room. 4 is good. Wait as long as you can. We're by. We're by. That's good. Whoa, take surrender.
Shot.
Marcel?
No way. Oh, that was not. No way.
What?
No way. No way that was over.
Well, Marcel Rock having his stone pulled for a
Mine's good.
hog line violation.
So heavy, isn't it?
Clean. Yep. Yep.
Roll.
Whoa.
Got the weight.
Roll.
Little heavy, maybe.
Roll.
Little heavy.
Room. Lots of room.
Whoa.
Well, bye. Right off. I got her.
Whoa. Whoa, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
Great shot.
Does Marcel go over?
Well, that one. Ferb! Peel or straight back? Straight back. Yeah, no. Corner guard. Peel it off. Normal?
And now forced to shake it off with his second.
Clean.
And a little shaky as he let go.
They're not trying to run back. They're just trying to get the guard off the front of the stone.
Maybe he didn't think he had enough weight, so he had to reach out. And
What's up? Yeah, I go. That's why it's Marcel going over the hog line. I don't think so. You must have knew there had to be something else.
Had to give it a little push. It was light. Mine's good.
I don't know. What do we got here?
Just clean. Mine's good.
Easy.
Got some room. Mine's real good. Just let her die now. Stay close though. Yep, hard. Good.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Good boy, Blade.
Take a look at it here. This is the hog line violation.
Yep.
Doesn't look like it to me, but it's you got to take the hand away. But
He seemed to linger at the back of the handle, didn't he, a little bit?
Hard.
These are really tough, and he is a player that leaves the hand around the handle. He was a little shaky. It appeared on that one too, Vic. And I guess the only lesson we can learn as players is to try and take the hogline official out of the equation, not to even be close, so that they can't even come close to catching us.
it's true. It's just the ice getting faster and faster, and the
it's getting tougher and
sliding
tougher.
materials on your we're using.
That's right.
Well, explain that then. What is... You are just at the hog line so quick, is that it?
Yeah,
well, you're not using very much leg drive to start with on those soft shots. You know, you're coming out much slower. And
That's 4, yeah. How do you throw it?
Wide?
Yeah.
So if you are
Fire out there, maybe. Right here. 11.
club curling,
Okay, Scott.
or you're looking to adjust your slider to your game, how do you do that?
Well, most club curlers play with a slider that isn't as fast as some of the materials that these top players use. For example, a stainless steel material is very, very fast and gets you out there quickly. So you do have to adjust that part of it from the pack. You just have to kick a little less hard.
Oh, well, it's on the nose.
And both Ray and I suggest a consistent release point, which is a couple of feet shy of the hog line, so that you're never in danger with any of your shots and being called for a violation.
Just through.
Some nice quiet shots being played here around that center line guard.
Hard.
Hurry!
Paul Fleming in the first of the third stones for Nova Scotia.
Yep! Whoa! Other way, hard! Hard! No, it's not from there.
No, okay.
Oh, you got to anticipate it.
Quick look at Newfoundland and
today.
Northern
Probably
Ontario
easier
as
to
they
throw
play the
normal.
final stone here. This is Newfoundland skip Keith Ryan from Labrador City. Still looking for his first win, 0-5 against Northern Ontario and the Iceman Al Hackner out of Thunder Bay. And see Northern Ontario playing the Redstones lying one back edge of the floor. This is a draw for one before they go to the break.
Oh. Yep.
Nice weight by the rookie skip, the 32-year-old Keith Ryan. 4-2, Northern Ontario leading as they go to the break.
Nice roll.
I like the straight back.
Right there.
That's a beauty, right behind the guard for Randy.
Okay, good.
A lot of room. Whoa!
Line's not bad.
Gonna have to go for weight eventually.
Hard then.
Line's
good.
good.
Whoa, a lot of room.
No, we're all right. We're all right.
Whoa!
Weight's fine.
Whoa, let it come. Let it
weight's
bend.
good,
Whoa!
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Yep, hard!
Sorry, guys.
Hard!
Weight there.
Sneaking a quick peek to a live look at Manitoba PEI playing the fifth, 3-2 Manitoba leading. That's Kerry Burtnick against PEI's Peter McDonald.
Hurry for line! Hard for weight!
And from our look here,
Hurry, come on,
appears
Jeff.
that this may be a draw for two if he can catch enough of the button.
Hurry!
You see
Come
that
on, guys.
Jeff Ryan
Hurry hard!
jumps out
Hurry
to
hard!
join both Rob
Hurry
Meekin and
hard!
Keith
Come
Fenton, get
on.
enough, a little
Great
bit of a
sweep.
rub, get it far enough, and they'll have a good look.
You think so?
Heavier?
Whoa, room.
Nice angle freeze in our game.
3, 4, room. Whoa,
And we'll update you as soon as we know.
I think it was 2 for Manitoba. I think it's filled in enough.
By itself. Let it die then.
Yeah, I agree. You heard Kerry also say great sweeping.
No, let it die.
Cut a bit. Take both.
No, not bad.
If it had been short, he would have said something like, what's wrong with you guys?
Nice try.
Okay, go for it.
I had too much ice last time, didn't I?
This is a very familiar looking shot.
No, you were heavy.
Was I?
You were bored.
Hey, I need a little more ice then.
Take a look from down there and see.
In the third end, Mark Dacey tried a tap back. It was a very tough shot to try and hit it out for 2, but he actually missed the whole stone.
Yeah, 12. I mean, it warps in there so good. Was I just heavy, you think?
You were a good board.
Was I? Okay. Yeah, I can definitely tap that. We're looking for back 12 weight, eh?
So that was what the discussion was about. They're saying in the third end that Mark was a little bit too strong with his shot, and that's why it did not make contact.
Yep.
Mark Dacey in his first.
Now that
Close. Yep.
broke immediately. It was never going to get by.
Whoa.
Okay, Mark.
And that punches another Alberta stone into the rings. And remember, they have the hammer here in 5.
Yeah, but you know. Well, that looked
No, I mean for your last one, I'm just looking at the stats.
Good weight.
You have to plug that hole.
Well, we already have kind of covered. What if we come and just bump that guard a little bit and sit to guard both sides? Enough so that we still have the draw.
Hasn't been close one time here.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But give him that thing, Dave. And at least the worst thing is you're gonna have the 4-foot. I don't want to open it up and leave that one on the 4-foot there and jog.
All right. Okay, just guard.
Guard.
Edge of the 8-foot then.
Yep.
Just guard again, I guess.
Grab our 2 on the outside.
Yeah. Well, he'll probably guard that outside up, won't he?
And then what? Try to bump?
I don't know.
It's a dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous bump. Can't we just freeze nudge to reline?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. What do I throw, 1?
Randy just wants to guard.
There's no doubt that Randy is the skip.
No question. He runs the team.
He runs the team from
I mean,
that third position.
David's got, David has to throw it. You know, we saw in the last game we did it there, he said, no, I really want to play this shot. I feel this shot. And Randy said, okay, fine, that's what you want to do. But he's got a game plan. Randy's got a game plan, and he's calling this game.
1, 2.
Clean it. Just for line.
And I would say, Victor, with a 4-1 record, he's calling it fairly well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Whoa. By itself. That's good. That's good.
A bit less. A little bit.
Now open up for a raise. This kid's got to run that thing. All right.
So he plugs the hole. You know, by contrast then, Linda, there's Paul Fleming we saw earlier, you know. told you the story how Fleming has given up skipping this team. And
too risky. Too risky.
Earlier he deferred to Mark Dacey because Mark said, I feel like I can make this shot. How difficult do you think it is for Fleming to tuck that skipping?
Well, can't you just play the same
what do you
shot
call
you
it?
played almost and move
Wanting
them
to
hack weight around?
that skipping control and put it in his pocket.
Yeah, no, it's a good point, and I think they've done a really good job considering, remember, they made the flip in the middle of provincials. He's done a very good job in presenting options and not pushing his own thoughts onto Mark.
Maybe I should try this then.
I don't know if it's there.
Only if it's there.
If not, just a straight draw around that guard. What about just a straight draw around that guard here?
Yeah. Just kind of
don't even use the number 6.
They talked about this here.
Okay.
Trying to roll.
That'll come in.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about.
So we're looking at what? Back 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight draw.
I think that'll go there.
If it doesn't, I'll be shocked.
Ray, I'm really surprised they don't. I know it curls, but it would seem obvious there's a hit and roll possibility here.
Well, you have to take a look at the guard out in front. Can they get, you know, with good weight to play the hit and roll? Can they?
I think we should get there first.
Can they get the roll?
I don't think they can.
The guard is, the long guard is what what you're looking at. It looks depends on the angle, but looks from that picture you could maybe get it, but they know it's going to walk right in there, so they're going to play the draw.
Final stone for Nova Scotia and Dacey.
Easy.
Straight draw to the 4-foot to sit shot.
Close.
Facing one here. Alberta does have the hammer.
Line's good. Yep, hard. Whoa, if you can. Off the Whoa! Right off. Whoa! 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 Roll it
now they're going to have to take a little bit of a rub here and spill it in, drag it in. Get there.
So close.
Boy, it is close.
But
yeah, we are.
Really?
Who is it? How do you get 2?
Well,
yeah, how do you get 2 no matter what?
Inside of this thing.
Unless we can play this.
Good effort.
Yeah. Good shot.
Yeah, we are.
You're not going to get a second shot though out of that.
Pretty close.
Why risk raising them?
Oh yeah.
They're just risk raising them in.
Yeah, yellow
just draw then.
Are we shot for sure?
Yeah. Well, from the back of it, we are right here. Look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to just hair this thing and just get right here.
We should be.
I mean, full 4 there.
Can we even get in there?
Huh?
Well, the rock's got to be out here basically.
Oh, we got.
In.
Yeah, it's got to be at that.
It's got to be way out here almost.
Yeah.
All right.
You see the players when they go to see who's shot actually take this look and look under the surface of the rock to see how much of the colored surface they can see of the 4-foot. That's the best way for a player, right like that.
You know what I mean? Like
take
we don't
a look
have
underneath
them. They take that hard curl.
From both the top and that view, they feel that it is yellow shot. The difficulty of this draw is he cannot touch his own rock, or he has no chance of getting the second point. It's just got to hit the very tee line.
This is almost impossible.
What, are you catching up with the 4 here?
Yeah, it's because he's got to get it to move a little bit so he can get almost a full rock in the 4-foot.
It's close.
Well, it can. Well, Marcel.
You're playing with about 2 inches here.
Line's good. Line's good.
Got him move.
Line's good. Line's good.
Rock and Pfeiffer will try to drag it there for Netawin.
Come on.
A little bit more.
Okay.
And it'll come up light.
So we don't get a measure.
Fleming has a look. May call for the measure.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you want to leave anything up there?
Look at the look at the handle.
That's yellow, isn't it, Mark?
Oh yeah.
You see from the back. It's yellow by quite a bit.
Yeah. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close, says Mark Dacey, so they'll kick him away. 1 yellow here in the 5th.
Yeah.
Needed a little for weight.
So we'll go to the 5th end break, and Alberta with the lead 4-3.
Yeah, I didn't know it was touching more than
Welcome back to the newsroom, everybody. Quarterback Brad Johnson signed a 5-year, $28 million contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday. Today, he faced the media to say it wasn't about the money.
I'm a team person, and I'm going to give everything to winning. If we're running the ball, if we have to win the game on defense or kickers doing it, then I really don't care. I think at this point in my career, it's easy to say it wasn't about the money, it wasn't about the personal stats. It's about winning a championship, and there's no greater feeling than winning a ball game and going home and then getting ready for the next one and trying to win another game. And I just want to win ball games, have fun, and hopefully win a championship along the way.
Coming up on the next edition of Sports Desk, News Shark Teemu Selanne has arthroscopic knee surgery. We'll preview all the Canadian NHL teams in action tonight and highlights from another busy day at the Brier as well. Speaking of the Brier, stay tuned. More coming up from Ottawa on TSN.
It's bred for European tastes, but built for North American desires. With a seductive, ergonomic design, provocative performance, responsive power, sexy, low-profile wheels, eye-popping curved view, and superb handling in tight corners. Not to mention driveways, decks, and even those silly motor cars. The Karcher high-pressure washer. You really have no options.
Available at all authorized Uniroyal dealers across Canada.
Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia.
Discover the sights and sounds that make us Canada's seacoast. In our music, in the excitement of our past, in our seafaring heritage, and in young hearts. It's all in our 400-page Doers and Dreamers Guide. Get your free copy today and visit us as soon as you can. Nova Scotia, Canada's seacoast.
Sunday, the March of Champions continues on TSN. Don't miss the CIAU Women's Basketball Final from the University of Alberta. CIAU Fever. See it, live it. TSN.
The Nokia Brier on TSN, presented by Sheraton Hotels and Resorts, is brought to you by Karcher Quality Cleaning Equipment, Ford, supporting the drive to achieve, and Nokia, proud sponsor of the Nokia Brier.
All the games of this 10th draw have reached the midway point. Northern Ontario looking to win their fourth, leading Newfoundland. That's our featured game. Alberta up by 1. Nova Scotia will have the hammer in the 6th. Manitoba, PEI, with Kerry Burtnick in control there. And Saskatchewan, what a run they've been on. They lost their first 3, have won 3 in a row, and are leading BC. Here at the Civic Center in Ottawa, and TSN's continuing coverage of this Nokia Brier. It's been a terrific season for all these teams, culminating with their participating in this Nokia Brier. And so at this moment, this time, all the teams would like to thank their local sponsors for helping make their seasons so very special.
Discover the sights and sounds that make us Canada's seacoast. In our music,
in the excitement of our past, in our seafaring heritage, and in young hearts. It's all in our 400-page Doers and Dreamers Guide. Get your free copy today and visit us as soon as you can. Nova Scotia, Canada's seacoast.
Hurry!
Available at all authorized Uniroyal dealers across Canada.
Well, this is it, Bill. The final stone for Al Gilchrist. He's 2 down in the 10th.
Hello.
Packer line 3.
Eddie.
You need to put this one right on the button. Nice body extension. Good weight. There's the hit. And there's the roll. Now that, folks, that is a great shot. He rolled the center line brilliantly.
You already know these uses for your Karcher. Here's a few you might not have thought of. The hat rack. The shower. The centerpiece. The chandelier. You can always use a Karcher.
Did you ever see that movie, You've Got Mail? Where this guy and girl fall in love emailing each other a bunch of times? Anyway, they finally meet face to face, and there's this big romantic kiss. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Did you ever see that one? Well, this guy didn't. Ford F-Series Super Duty. Built Ford tough.
The power of diesel is now even more powerful with the all-new Diesel Max. Fill up at Husky or Mohawk and improve the overall performance of your diesel-powered car or truck. Diesel Max makes engines run stronger, smoother, and perform longer with less maintenance. And Diesel Max burns cleaner, reducing harmful emissions over conventional diesel fuels, showing a big improvement in mileage. It's time for Diesel Max, improving performance and saving you money. Available only at your Husky and Mohawk retailers.
Cheering on the home team. It's the emotional excitement, a thrill. He sucks against them, coast to coast. Just like being
Jays, Red Sox from Dunedin, TSN, Saturday, March 10th.
See it, live it. TSN.
Hi, my name's Wayne Madoff from Team Ontario. Watch us tonight on TSN.
That's a little over the top, I think, that. But we like the enthusiasm. And we'll see Ontario now 4-2 after losing this morning to Saskatchewan to go against PEI and Peter McDonald. McDonald on the ice and losing right now to Manitoba as they play in the 6th. So a tough day for PEI and a real test for them as they go against two of the favorites. First Manitoba and then Ontario, 7:30 Eastern Time. As we get set to resume play in the 6th, with Alberta leading here at the Civic Center. After scoring 4-3, Alberta lead Nova Scotia
One more that was called. It wasn't
with the hammer. And when you saw these two teams before this all began, and you looked at the personnel, you'd say that Nova Scotia, Alberta may have been the sleepers, the dark horses coming in. You wouldn't have picked either of them to ultimately win this, would you?
Well, I picked them in my high group. I mean, I certainly leaned towards Madaw and Burtnick, and then I had a group of Hemmings and Ferbey and Dacey.
Looks good.
In another group. I mean, that was a nice part of going into this bar, as far as I was concerned, Vic, that the field, the people that maybe aren't coming here as the favorite. I think Burtnick and Madaw came as the favorites. And maybe Hemmings in that group as well. But the field was so strong. And it's proving that.
No, I definitely thought these two teams would be near the top, and I think you look at especially Dacey and Fleming and their records in Brier appearances, for example, both of them at the top, near the top when they both skipped. And Randy Ferbey's team is just such a proven Bondsfield team You knew that they were going to blast onto the Brier scene one of these years.
Curl if you can.
Hard. Let it bend if you can. I don't know if you can or not. Hard all the way.
Now, I should quickly mention...
There, I'll take it.
Get off there.
We told you about Ontario PEI. That will be seen in all the country except those in the Toronto area who will see the Leafs and Calgary. Maple Leaf Hockey comes your way at 9 Eastern Time. Toronto only. The rest of the country will see Draw 11 of the Nokia Brier.
Oh. Center line.
3. Just for line.
Line's good. Yep. Hard now, hard.
Center line.
Hard.
Center line.
Just past the center line. That's good.
Hard.
Oh, come on.
Now you can have a look at the three stones in play. You'll notice that Nova Scotia has moved their corner guard closer to the center line area. That's what we were talking about earlier. We thought the rock was a little wide earlier. This one is more likely to come into play, although the way Alberta's making those nice rocks center line area, it's tough.
Line's a little tight. Okay, we're okay. We're okay for line.
Tom Fennerty trying to get by the top guard. Get angled on the rock that's sitting in the top of the 4 foot.
Hard, right up.
Whoa.
They don't want to bounce off it now. They want to sit right on the angle. Absolutely perfect. There we are, Vic. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Right, just a freeze, Scott.
Time for the numbers after 5. Here's Linda. They're brought to you by True Value.
It's interesting because sometimes numbers, as we say, don't tell the true story. The score is obviously very close with the one steal by Alberta separating the two teams, but the numbers are very different. Team percentage for Nova Scotia down at 70 and 81% for Alberta. And the last stones, as we call it, because David Nedwin is not the skip, a big discrepancy with him and Mark Dacey throwing last for Nova Scotia. It's funny because there have been a lot of great shots, so it's hard to see that huge difference in the numbers to this point.
Another terrific
this one will
angle
squirt
freeze.
off and go to here. Back button, back 4.
And that's not a big hole in there when you're talking about going through it with draw weight. They just got by the red one and then, waited for it to curl a little bit and then got by the top yellow one. So it's sure you're going through that with hack weight. It's a big hole, but not with draw weight.
It's a backward stagger with the in turn. It's an easy hole with the out turn, but of course we're playing to the middle, so you can't play that turn.
That's right.
Off. No, Paul. No, never. Good.
It's not too bad.
Playing
Tap, freeze.
Guard. Guard, eh?
Tight guard?
No, halfway.
Tight. 3.
Looking live at the game between Manitoba and PEI. 5-2 Manitoba leading. Kerry Burtnick with his final stone making a double. And still lying 3. You see the red stones in the ring, so it'll be a draw for 1 for Prince Edward Island and Peter McDonald.
Peter McDonald looked like he had the deuce set up all the way in that end, and
only a 2.
The Islanders played some great shots to try and protect it, and Burtnick made a wonderful double to get himself out of the position he was in, and now it's a draw to the 4 foot for Peter McDonald to get a single. And he hasn't missed any of these, Linda. I'll tell you, he has played so well.
Oh, he's got a chance.
Gotta go.
Mark Butler closest to the stone. Mark O'Rourke, and here comes Peter Gallant as well.
Come on, that's good.
And right to it. He has had the draw weight.
Right now, it looks on it.
As he puts it full 4 for the single. 5-3 Manitoba leading, and they have the hammer back.
Nova Scotia playing the front stones, trying to clear them out of there.
Mark that hit.
Shot. Oh, Randy. No.
You can play this thing too. Oh my gosh.
What's that?
That's not bad.
Yeah, then he blasts those.
Well, our
That's
3
not
rocks
the
is a good
worst.
spot.
Yeah, it's
Like this? It's a heavy draw. What about
Okay,
the
well,
draw?
throw it enough to get it out, though.
Well, this is
I
what
guess
it
it doesn't matter.
doesn't
too
matter.
much. Okay.
Won't that line up for the Reds to slam in?
What do you guys like here? Just a heavy
this
draw?
one here.
Just a 10.
Trying to roll in a little bit.
We have to roll so we don't line them up, eh?
Hard to say. You never
Randy.
know how it comes off that. It might go back.
Randy, if he hits this, it's going that way, though.
We'll get to the inside of it.
Yeah, we got to go
definitely
here.
think you have to roll or you're
Yeah.
lining it
10.
up for sure.
You definitely do. You have to roll.
A lot of ice.
Dave, draw here, same thing.
Little less, Dave.
Eight.
9. Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
Off right.
Whoa! 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 No! 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 Nothing. Nothing.
And punch it out.
Nothing. I got it.
Hard! Harder!
And not enough to get rid of it, so it sits back 12. Shot stone still belongs to Alberta, but remember Nova Scotia has the hammer here in 6.
I think if you hit that yellow right on the nose, the two, the yellow's going to go and the red's going to come across on the other side.
On the wide side. Can we get rid of all the yellow?
No. This goes underneath that one. 2 goes behind the 5.
Even still, like that angle's not very good there, eh?
Well, I'm thinking if you just nose it and just get this one to here.
Okay.
Not very much weight.
Okay.
Board?
All right.
It's close. It'll be interesting to see. This is the kind of thing that
Like
these
your shooter
angles
to
are
sit right there or just over the nose of hair.
really interesting to see.
Board? No more than that. Hack the board.
I'd be surprised, Linda, that this stone doesn't. He thinks it's going to go underneath.
Yeah, he does.
I think, though. I mean, I agree with you. I think it'll touch it somewhere.
No.
Well, looking at it on the monitor is different than looking at it from the ice here. We got a good look at this.
Right off.
And there's a little space between them.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, never.
He was right. Absolutely right.
Good shot.
Wow. Enough to be shot stone, catch the 4-foot.
And that's why he didn't blast away at it, though. You could see, looking at the ice, you could see the angle we were sitting at. You could just see there was a little separation.
I noticed, Linda, you didn't say anything to bail us out.
No, and the problem was what we were talking about a moment ago, the Yellowstone that's at the edge of the 8-foot, they were trying to roll in, and it would have been in the path of the red. So we had a slight change in the setup on the right-hand side. That's why they weren't sure where those angles would end up. They were sure before the rock didn't roll.
But did you notice, Ray, Linda did not come
didn't
to our
jump
rescue
in.
there.
It was very close.
Mark was absolutely correct. He had it absolutely figured out perfectly.
Right up. Whoa. 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 No. No. Play the range next time? No, it's all right.
They're just not getting the movement here.
Good shot.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad.
Doesn't matter.
Is that a result of too much weight, or do you think the ice is straightening up a bit?
No, I just think it's Randy's rocks. They're not getting as much movement out of his rocks. So I don't
Not
think.
bad, no. Maybe just a couple feet
Pretty good
heavy.
spot.
Oh, really?
Heavy.
I was thinking red, yellow. Here. Set it up for Mark. What do you think?
Talking about hitting the front ones.
We get,
Can you bump the guard?
I don't think it's worth it. There's only 3 rocks left.
What about if?
Only 3 rocks.
Yeah.
What about if we?
Don't hit the guard.
Yeah, and just position it for you. You know.
No, I'm talking that guard. If you nosed it, say with hack weight, let's say you hit it into the 5, that's a good shot. If you nosed it into here and it rolled there, it's a great shot.
I think we can still use this to our advantage, though, don't you?
Might have just touched that hair.
Like if I just kind of.
Oh, I know. If you flop.
And if we just leave it like that.
Yeah, but what if the angle ends up wrong and there's...
But you're still going to have the tap to the 4 for the.
No, I'm saying what if the angle ends up that it's like corner frozen? If you nose it, it squirts and then you're just side frozen, corner frozen? You've probably got a couple better options with the 4, eh? I was thinking hack. Boy, if you nose it with hack, Paul, look where it ends up. You got options there, and if you hit it high side, and it sits there, it's good.
Okay.
You got a couple better options there.
Yeah.
Hat?
High side.
These are the tough ones, though. Back to your comment, Vic. If Paul was skipping, he probably would be calling for the other shot, hitting the one in the house. So now you have to refocus on the shot that you're being called to play.
Hurry! Hard!
Well,
yes! Hard!
Federally and Iskew.
Yep. Good. Whoa.
Catch it. Take it back.
Good.
Shot.
Okay.
Dandy.
Yeah, that's a good shot, a very good shot. And Mark was absolutely right. There was more options with that one than the other one.
Shot.
And
it's a dandy.
Good. He wanted to play that all along. He talked about it. A couple of things going to happen. And now he's got rocks in good position.
So Redstones are out in front to be bumped up if need be?
Absolutely.
Like running that?
That was a good call.
I don't mind running that.
You know?
If he knows it's fine, that's right.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah. They'll both spin out of there.
Throw that out turn?
Out turn, yeah.
Okay.
Gonna run the red one back.
Fully lined. Fully.
There. Gonna catch it right there. And then you heard him say,
I think we play for the nose.
These two will spin right out of there.
If you nose hit and don't get the red one at the back of the 4, it's still not a bad shot. You're exchanging the rocks that are in that control area that can be moved up.
You don't want to hit it high, though, do you, Linda?
Definitely not.
Drive it onto your own.
Skip Stones here in 6, and right away, Rock and Pfeiffer jumping all over this one, trying to hold the line. Looking to run it back, catch something. Uh-oh, they're jamming at the back.
I think. Hit the shot.
I don't know if it worked that good or what.
Well,
across the ring double. July 4 here.
Wow.
Yeah, so what is it, half? A little less than half?
Flicker in half, maybe?
Sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
You'll wait.
We saw Kerry,
I can't roll
Kerry
over the
Burton make one of these last night
well, you can.
to set up a chance to get 3.
Just look where you're getting it.
And then he turned that 3 with another double angle raise, roll your shooter in takeout for 5.
Yeah, it's not the setup that Alberta wanted.
Here it is. This is
maybe a little less than 3/4. It's not all that flat. It's half rock, natural, firm.
Yeah, it looks thinner than flatter. Firm. Look, yeah.
It is to sit 3 because the yellow at the back of the house is shot over the red at the top. So 3, not 4, but 3 is pretty good.
Whoa, whoa,
close. Wow.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Off one. Oh, and too thin behind.
Nice try.
Mark Dacey.
Well, T-line.
Well, yeah, but
His wife, Heather Smith Dacey. Also remember that Nova Scotia team, and another Heather, David's wife, former Heather Godderson.
Do you think Heather's pacing? She looked like maybe she wasn't going to be sitting long for that game. It's tough to watch, really tough to watch.
Theirs is fine.
Come to ours even.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it cannot be in front of the tee. Okay. Is that enough ice, you think?
Can come to ours and be second shot.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm asking. That's enough ice.
They need another rock in the house, and they need it deep in the house so they don't set up the double takeout that was just attempted.
One of these situations where your best guard is second shot rock. Mark didn't have to hit that much thicker, a little bit thicker, and he's going to make that stick that double, as Linda mentioned, just July 3, but certainly change this ends around.
Oh, that's good, Mark. It doesn't have to be that. Yeah.
Boy, Dave.
And it's a draw for a single for Nova Scotia.
Okay, Mark, let's go. We'll get our one here and we'll go from here.
Yep, for sure.
Let's go.
So draw for one and a tie here in the 6th.
Look, I heard the little beep there. Linda, you're going to time this one, are you?
Having a look with my own watch.
Right up, boys.
I heard him say a little light. You bet. Here comes Fleming as well. They need a good piece of the floor, and he's way light. That is big time light.
Well, last time I threw, I went back forward, no sweep.
And that is a steal of 2 for Alberta here in 6.
That wasn't terrible, 365.
Checking the times, checking the scoreboard, steal of 2.
Well, you know what I was thinking of?
I know, you practically live here. The odometer even says so. Well, maybe it's time for a little homeowner's insurance. Unless you prefer spending time with used car salesmen. Look, the solution's clear. New Quaker State higher mileage engine for engines with 120,000 kilometers or more. It's specially formulated to help prevent leaks, oil consumption, and loss of compression. So if you don't want to stop at 120,000 kilometers, then don't. New Quaker State higher mileage engine. What more do you need to know?
Got yourself in a mess? Scott towels have sponge pockets. They're our strongest, most absorbent paper towel. Scott towels with sponge pockets, getting you out of big messes.
Bill's family opened the store in '36. Now we're carrying on. Our customers feel free to ask questions. We've earned their trust. We're always on the go. We like it that way.
True value. Help is just around the corner.
It's as digital as documents get. Digital copiers, network printers, color imaging. Kyocera is where documents are going.
A Kyocera Document Solutions company.
Introducing Nokia Mobile Messaging. Nokia, connecting people.
Let's continue our updates in a 3-3 tie. That's Saskatchewan and British Columbia. Final stone for Doug Harcourt. In his second trip to the Brier, he was 3-8 back in '94 in Red Deer out of the Humboldt and Quill Lake curling clubs facing BC, and Dean Joanisse from Victoria. And facing 3 around the edge of the 4-foot. Nice draw by the Saskatchewan skip, trying to win 4 in a row as he'll pick up his single and take the lead going to 8. BC 1 and 4 coming in. Newfoundland has just put 2 on the board in the 7th, but still trail. Our featured game will have Nova Scotia now down by 3. And they're playing the 7th in Manitoba, leading 5-3, and it appears PEI is the shot stone in the 4-foot, the yellow stone, as Burtnick gets ready to play his last.
Peter McDonald just made a fantastic shot in that, and Vic, he just put that yellow stone in there. It looked like Burtnick had 2, maybe 3 sewed up all along, and you could see how small that hole was. McDonald went right through that hole to the button. Now, Kerry Burtnick has a raised takeout for a deuce, maybe for 3.
Oh, homer curl. Hey.
It's going to be very tough for Nova Scotia now. Mark Dacey light on that draw, giving up the big steal. Alberta will just put rocks in the house. They won't fool around with any front stones. When they have a chance, they'll peel them out.
Line's great. Line's great.
Close. Yep. Yep, line. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Stay with it.
Stay with it.
Yep.
Yep, hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard. Whoa.
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 Better bench.
Whoa.
Beauty.
Shot.
Hey, Scott.
Scott Pfeiffer.
Yep. Hard.
Come on. I got it. Hard.
Rebounded. I came real close.
I saw you slip.
No, I hit your foot and it bounced it into the net.
You hit my foot? Guard? I didn't even...
Blaine Iskew here in the 7th.
Wow, Tom.
Sweet Melissa.
Iskew, the Edmonton native.
He's putting up these guards, and his former teammate is peeling them off. Not very friendly.
Paul's doing a lot of judging.
Told you earlier they played together on the 97 Canadian Junior Championship team.
Well, you know, we could line that up.
Yeah.
If you lay one right on top of that red, even if you double tap a little bit,
Exactly.
stay in line.
Yeah.
Wayne. Wow. Wayne.
Throws. Interested in this? If you stay in the right line, you can line them right up.
Just going to freeze onto it. You heard Mark's comments about getting it in the right angle, and you can line up the double raise, which would kill both of the yellow stones.
Line's good.
There.
Wayne,
After giving up a steal of 2,
how's the weight?
Nova Scotia really has to do something to try and get themselves back in this game. They were playing the front
Maybe
guards, but
you're there.
Right
Alberta
off.
peeling
Curl, baby.
Curl.
very well.
Finish.
So
Die. Curl. Yeah.
Just real skinny.
Well,
Should both go.
I don't think so.
Just want to hit the
I
one?
think if anything, throw like a bumper and just rearrange it a little bit. Get this one out and rearrange that a bit.
Well, let's throw easy. I threw that easy hit there.
Okay, and if you come and hit this, you'll push this back a bit and...
Scott.
I don't think you can get them both out.
Offset. Just easy up, Dave.
and I don't think the risk is worth it to try and skinny it at all.
Not at all.
Just offsetting.
They're in a good spot here. They've got to force Nova Scotia to make the tough shots.
Yep. No.
Yep. Easy up. Wow. Yep. Hurry. Hurry.
Randy Ferbey.
Hurry. Hurry. Roll that. I was trying to stick our shooter there then.
Just back button.
Okay.
So the Alberta Stones go behind the tee line. Does this mean something then for Nova Scotia?
Yeah, it's a better positioning, exactly, Vic. They can try and draw down with Paul's rock and sit in front of them and make it tough to remove the red Nova Scotia stone. This is a very slow
Back
setup
four.
we see at the
Line's
Brier,
great.
trying to put rocks into a
Back
position where
four.
your opponent
Wait
will
on
make
leg.
a mistake.
Whoa!
Hard line.
Whoa!
Hard line.
Full blade. Easy for a sec.
Hard line.
Okay, hard then. Right up! Back button, easy. No bounce. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Atta boy.
Very nice shot.
It goes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you can know if you walk into the arena, if Heather Nedowin is sitting down, Alberta's winning. If she's standing up, and you got to be a little worried if you're an Alberta fan.
What? No, he goes.
Hubby's doing just fine right now.
Big weight and squeeze. There it goes.
Yeah, there it goes, you're right.
How many of those did we see on that Pat Ryan team before the days of
Play the
the
intern,
free
Paul. If
guard
you
zone
overcurl and
rule?
do this is okay too.
It's true.
Just a bit more weight, you just threw. Back 12.
Sorry. What's the call?
Nose hit.
Let's leave it easy.
And if it overcurls and you bump it to here, it's pretty good.
We'll go around the corner.
Either one.
You don't want to go around the corner.
Around the corner deep.
Is it too tight? All right.
So much separation there. You just.
Okay.
So we tap it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
If the rock was frozen onto the yellow, or at least closer in the house, they might try something different than this, but they're going to try and move the red one up onto the yellow.
Whoa!
Back four.
Wow!
Close.
Yep. Yep. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Maybe a little more.
Girl. Get over there. Get over there. Better take it back. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Keep it going. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Hurt.
Okay. I think we hit this one.
You want to try the double?
No.
Oh.
Wait, no, he's got a tough shot to get this out of here.
Or you talked about PEI's final stone, Peter McDonald. That's the yellow stone drawing through the hole, and this is what was left for Manitoba. And Kerry Burtnick, the angle raise there. Can't hold the shooter, but he does get two. And a 7-3 lead for the team from the Assiniboine Memorial in Winnipeg.
Roll in behind.
You like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then.
And if you roll all the way. Nose, does it give him a double?
Well, he's probably going to go here.
Yeah.
Well, let's make sure we roll far enough then.
Then you'll have a nose hit.
You might get the back of it, too. Move it.
Say?
Who's going to hit the wide open one? The one at the back. The red one at the back. Want to roll to the right. Even rolling out of there is fine.
Arm up. Oh. Arm up.
No, right on.
Clean?
Other way?
Yep, hard. Hard. Hard.
They actually were trying to roll the other way and touch the back of the shot rock, which was just behind the button.
But a nose hit tap, I guess, eh? Try to move the up.
Double on the intern?
See a whole bunch of them.
You see?
Yeah.
Trying to see if there's a double take out there to sit two.
Runs your back, double.
Well, it won't be shot.
That's fine. Don't hit that soft one.
No, Blaine, that's not fine.
Well, you can either tap that back to the can, or you can take a stab at that double, even if you do a kind of a hit and roll.
The tap back, you heard him say. Back here.
You're not liking that out-turn path there, are you?
Well, I don't see the double being made. All I see is this hit, because I got to play soft weight. If I throw big weight, I'm just going to tick, tick, and then through,
Yeah.
So I got to play softer weight, and if I play soft weight, I'm going to hit and
3 or
touch
4
that
more
there,
days.
and then he has a hit play too, and I'm going to have to double in the last one. I think the tap's a better shot. Like heavy tap, right on the nose.
Okay.
Try to move the 7 back a little bit.
Okay.
Just a shot. All right. Even if I tap it
I
right
like the
there,
tap
not
better,
being
Vic, but
hard to get out.
I would not
more
be,
options.
Yeah, I would not be playing
Pretty
the double
straight,
takeout. I'd
when you
either
got
play the
anything more
tap
than
or the come around to
top
the
4
button and hope for a mistake. The tap's a good call.
Yeah, back 8.
Let's go.
Yeah, 19 minutes, eh? 19 minutes.
Kind of back 8 weight tap,
Okay.
nose hit.
Okay, let's
Try
go.
and tap it right into the
Yep.
yellow.
Okay.
You maybe heard Tom Federley say we're into 19 minutes, and you're still in the 7th. That's tight.
That is tight.
Well,
yep,
hard.
All there.
Hard!
Back 12.
Hurry!
Whoa!
Back 12.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
One more.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa, Tom.
Looking to raise it back, and they raise it through, and maybe that early brushing.
Yeah, they just panicked on the brushing a bit, and it just straightens it a wee bit. You know, we've seen it all week.
How many times could you, if you're Mark Dacey, throwing that over and over, push it through the hole without grazing one or the other?
When you needed it for the win.
Exactly.
We've seen Mark make a lot of great shots. This is just hard luck. They just jumped on it a bit, then left it.
They could have touched that one and rolled over to the other one, or jiggled around on the other one, but went right through the hole.
Although they didn't sweep it a whole lot, did they?
No, they didn't. In fairness to the brushers, they did what they were told. Mark yelled. And they jumped on it because he told them to, and that little bit may have just straightened it a bit. That's one thing that is happening on this ice week for sure, and all the teams have been talking about it.
Biting the button half round.
Hey.
I think it's a lot.
Just clean, just clean.
Wow, wow, wow.
Off then.
No, weight's good.
Line's good. Pull 4.
Hard. Line's good.
Pull 4. Come on.
Line's good. Hard.
Pull 4.
Hard.
Hard. Come on.
Quick. Hard.
Well, great brush. Very nice throw by Dave Nutterwin, and compliments to the front end of Rock and Pfeiffer.
They are great brushers.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was heavy.
Skinny the guard, control. They don't even have to skinny it.
Yeah, I know. There's lots of room there.
Yeah. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Control.
Okay.
Just
I
gonna
don't
get
have
by
to hit it on the nose to make the double. I can be an inch off nose. Well, there's a raise, triple with
Let's go.
super peel, but
Let's play this.
Three-quarter rock.
yeah, you don't save the shooter, I don't think.
No.
No, pretty hard, because you need so much weight to get all 3 out.
What kind of weight are we looking
I
for
think
here?
a forward-ish control.
Okay, yep,
you know.
somewhere in there.
Just
Don't have
get
to
by the
skinny
front
guard,
one.
just have to miss it by an inch or
Yep.
two.
Just feel it. Let's go.
Get it on the nose for a double.
Final stone for Mark Dacey. Nova Scotia trailing by 3.
All right, guys.
Federley and Iskew
All right. Ready all the way.
trying to get it right on the nose, or just a little off center, he said. Get it by? No. And that's another steal of 2 for Alberta, as it is coming apart for Nova Scotia here in this 10th draw. And that nor'easter battering Nova Scotia is coming out of the west.
Everyone.
Hey.
Sports Break is brought to you by MSN Search. Don't just search, find it at msn.ca.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the newsroom. As was first reported on TSN, Teemu Selanne of the San Jose Sharks will undergo arthroscopic knee surgery today and will miss at least 10 days to 2 weeks of action. Sharks general manager Dean Lombardi has told TSN he doesn't believe the injury is major, but has completely ruled out the avoidance or modification of the deal. Selanne recently missed 2 games with a sore knee while playing with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Meanwhile, bad news for the Phoenix Coyotes. An MRI has revealed that Claude Lemieux has torn ligaments in his ankle as the result of a collision with Ray Bourque on Sunday. He will likely miss the rest of the season and could be out for the entire playoffs as well. Meanwhile, still with that Anaheim Mighty Ducks San Jose Sharks trade, Steve Shields has an existing shoulder injury. Apparently, he is going to be sidelined indefinitely as well. Stay tuned. More curling from Ottawa coming up after this.
I know, you practically live here. The odometer even says so. Well, maybe it's time for a little homeowner's insurance. Unless you prefer spending time with used car salesmen. Look, the solution's clear. New Quaker State higher mileage engine for engines with 120,000 kilometers or more. It's specially formulated to help prevent leaks, oil consumption, and loss of compression. So if you don't want to stop at 120,000 kilometers, then don't. New Quaker State higher mileage engine. What more do you need to know?
It's cheering on the home team. It's the emotion, it excites, a thrill. He sucks against them, coast to coast. Just like being there.
Jays, Red Sox from Dunedin. TSN, Saturday, March 10th.
Yet, live it. TSN.
Sunday, a Canadian hockey champion will be crowned on TSN. Get pumped for the ESSO Women's National Championship game, live from Summerside, Prince Edward Island, only on TSN.
Lots of games to bring you up to date on. Let's begin with Newfoundland and Northern Ontario. See, Newfoundland is line 1, fully covered, top edge of the 4-foot. Final stone for Northern Ontario, and Al Hackner in his 9th Brier, the 2-time Canadian champion of 82 and 85. And this one looks like it's just going to come up flat out light. And so it's a steal of 1 for Newfoundland, looking to win their first of this year's Brier, within 2 now, but Northern Ontario still with the hammer. Manitoba and PEI. And Manitoba looking, where is the shot stone, pardon me, back 4, that's the red stone. Final shot of PEI and their skip, Peter McDonald. And this is a quiet tap to possibly get 2.
Well, the way he played, Vic, I think he was maybe just thinking of the 1.
Nothing from the 2 marks. Little too heavy. And now, where did it go? Far enough? Have a look. And PEI did manage to get the 1, top 8-foot, 7-4 there. Saskatchewan, BC, 4-3 Saskatchewan leading as they play the 8th. Final stone for the BC skip, Dean Joanisse, out of the Victoria Curling Club with a record of 1 and 4, and facing 3 with his last one. And that's some cool curling as he bites the button, facing 3 to pick up the single to even it 4 apiece. Here at the Ottawa Civic Centre, where another steal of 2 has Alberta out in front, 8-3 in our featured game. Nova Scotia with the hammer playing 8.
Well, it's been all Alberta the last 3 or 4 ends. This thing's not working. It's one of those games where, you know, Mark Dacey's just trying to get the right angle, get it in the right position, move it over, push it here, and then in some cases, you know, getting a few chances, just not being able to close. And then all the credit has to go to Randy Ferbey and this team from Alberta. They just have played sensationally.
Anchor there, Blaine.
Shot.
They're looking stronger and stronger as the week goes on. They've had a great game against Weymouth the other day, and
8 points.
they've got lots of tough games ahead of them. They've got Burtnick to play as of yet.
Player comparisons brought to you by Ford.
Well, great numbers from both leads. We mentioned that Tom Federley, in the other loss of Nova Scotia's, had played well, and he's maintained that. Just the one hit from both players and played perfectly in each case.
Blaine Askew.
What's on, center guard?
Corner.
No, Tom, even it up with this one.
Shot.
Hey, Blaine, good. Not quite even.
No, not quite even.
Yeah, no.
Alberta's shown us a little bit of everything. They've shown us that they can put rocks in play and make the quiet shots, but the unfortunate part is if you happen to get down to them, they show us this style of play, and they do it very well. Just about the double.
Yeah.
So the battle between the former teammates is won by Scott Pfeiffer of Alberta convincingly at 86%. And he's done it right through the draws and hits.
Get him even. Right here, Tom.
Nova Scotia in danger of losing their second straight. After a very quick start, PEI went 4-0, and
shot.
They too are in danger of losing their second in a row. And this is an interesting time of the week psychologically, isn't it, Linda? This is where you have to regroup. You know, you've started well. Now you're starting to, as your PEI, to face some of the, obviously the favorites. You have to regroup here.
It's really tough. The draw, we've said it many times, is not just when you play, but it's when you play each team. And if you have back-to-back tough games and you can't come off a loss very well, it's a very difficult time of the week. It's the halfway point, and there's a lot of moving done on Tuesday afternoon, evening, and into Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Scared of it. Perfect.
Punch play, just enough weight that you can tick this and roll behind cover.
Sure.
Yep. Back 8.
Okay.
Yep.
Wants to just try and tick the stone that's at the top of the 4 foot, you heard him say, and then roll in behind the corner guard.
Whoa. Whoa.
Weight's nice.
Right off. Think you're getting by. Ah. I don't want to play with taking roll behind.
Okay.
Sorry, Paul.
Randy Ferbey playing well, especially with his hit. You'll notice his draw percentage is down, but those throwing third stones, he has the advantage.
He had a couple ends early, around the when the first end he missed. He was heavy on a couple of draws, and again in about the fourth end.
Yep.
Paul Fleming is suffering a little bit from all this sweeping, and that's something we've talked about, that he had been skipping and is now doing a lot of brushing, and he has a sore shoulder from a couple of years ago, and that is difficult. You know, if you're having any little aches and pains at this part of the week too, Vic, that's the time then they start to really show up, and if you have a loss, it hurts even more.
Same shot, I'll just call it better. If you get by, it's all right.
Well, Ray, you've called for physio up here to the booth a couple of times, haven't you?
I have, yeah. Well, of course, I've had a lot of tough career. Been on the road with you for 17 years. I think I deserve the Purple Heart just for doing that.
Paul Fleming.
Yep. Hard. Hooray! Hard! Gotta go hard! Hurry! Hard! Whoa! Whoa! Yep. Here we're going. Hard.
how it turns.
You chill. Yeah, well, what do you want to throw here? Do you want to throw easy or?
Pick this around. We're all back with you, of course, at 7:30 for Draw 11, and our featured game will be Prince Edward Island against Ontario. Ontario coming off a loss this morning to Saskatchewan. They're at 4-2, except in the Toronto region, which we'll see, of course, first WWF, and then at 9 Eastern Time, the Leafs and the Flames from Calgary. Dave Nedowin.
Oh. Yep. Oh. Well, that's right on top.
Now, you were mentioning earlier, Ray, about that team Ferbey was on, of course. He played third with Pat Ryan. There was Don Walchuk, of course, who's now with
Kevin Martin. Don
McKenzie was the lead of that two-time Canadian championship team that went on to win a Worlds in '89. I think there was some fear, wasn't there, that with the free guard zone, that the big hits might be taken out of the game. It's my impression that the big hits and the big hitters are even more important today in the game.
Yeah, I agree that
they play a different role.
Different, exactly. Just took the words out of my mouth. But there's no question the big weight and the Daw style and the Martin style
not going to hit it, so he's either going to guard it
is a huge part of the game now.
Or guard the run back, and then I've got the outer.
What we see nowadays is just that longer setup, Vic, where you need the quieter shots in the early parts of the ends to get rocks into a position. And then with your big hitters at third and skip, you can run rocks back. And let's face it, we've seen some clinics on that. Kerry Burtnick, Wayne Madaw this week so far. A lot of the players here showing us some huge shots.
Behind cover.
And isn't it funny when you think,
behind cover so that he won't
when you look back
and then I'll have two shots
at teams that have won, don't they always... Isn't that third position, almost if you're putting a team together now, you have to find somebody that is exact with up weight at the third position?
Well, even years ago, that was true, to a point. Now, years ago, we didn't play in the ice conditions they have today, and Russ and I, Howard and I were talking about that. I mean, we played on some tough ice. It started to get a lot better down east, for example, in the 80s and things like that, and that's why the teams in Ontario got stronger and stronger. Wernick, Howard, and in the days that I competed at this level, we played on really some tough ice conditions, and so you weren't able to be so accurate with the hitting game. So there were lots of rocks in play. So as a result of that, in answer to your question, we really had to have people at third, for example, that could throw it up, and the seconds had to be able to throw weight as well. It just was harder to read the ice. I mean, you were taking, for a takeout nowadays, with big weight, you're taking an inch and two, maybe sometimes inside the rock. I mean, I've played in games where you were throwing running shots with big solid weight, and you're taking 1.5 feet of ice.
Wow.
We also have the added complication of the corn on the surface.
Yeah, that's right. The straw really changed the ice surface completely. So.
Wow.
Alberta executing very well here. Not much for Nova Scotia. Now, is this enough to get it out, or are they going to possibly give up a deuce? No, it'll spin enough.
I want to shake.
Mark Dacey coming off. Remember, pretty poor numbers against Quebec, and he'll be happy again.
Pardon me for interrupting. He talked to Paul, and he said, what would you want to do? And he said, I want to shake. And
okay, that works.
It's an 8-3 final. Alberta.
That sure. Yeah.
Game, Scotty.
We'll win it.
Good. Good game, Marcel. Good sleeping. Good luck, guys.
So Nova Scotia's record now is 4-3. Alberta moves to 5-1.
Thanks, David.
Watch out for that Alberta Clipper.
Hi, Riley. Night, Gabrielle. I'll see you soon. Hey, everybody.
Well, this is it, Bill. The final stone for Al Gilchrist.
Bill. Yeah. Eddie.
Put this one right on the button. Nice body extension. Good weight. There's the hit. And there's the roll. Now that, folks, that is a great shot. He rolled the center line brilliantly.
You already know these uses for your Karcher. Here's a few you might not have thought of. The hat rack. The shower. The centerpiece. The chandelier. You can always use a Karcher.
Hurry!
Available at all authorized Uniroyal dealers across Canada. Standard Life can help you now to realize your childhood dreams and more. And turn your investments into a roaring success. Standard Life. Profit from our knowledge.
Do you like a challenge? The Play NBA Trivia Challenge. Watch national NBA broadcasts on CTV and TSN for trivia questions. Call in for your chance to win great prizes, including a trip for two to a 2001 NBA playoff game. Or log on to nba.com/Canada for more chances to win. Play NBA Trivia Challenge. Get in the game. Raptors, Lakers, NBA basketball, TSN Wednesday.
And the Scots never knew what hit them, really. Overcame the Richardson, who played a striking, a takeout game, and the Scots would say, oh, that's nae curling.
In fact, it was looked upon as being rude because they could throw the big weight. In those days, that was a real luxury because some of the ice they played on was so difficult that the only way to make a stone go straight down ice was to throw it really hard.
Their game was to put all the rocks in the house, and our game was to knock all the rocks out of the house, so they didn't know how to handle that one. Fathers of the modern game? Possibly. The Richardsons. That's the next TSN profile coming your way this Saturday. Semi-final Saturday, the Brier, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's over between Manitoba and PEI. Manitoba scores 1 in the 9th. The final 8-4. And so Manitoba and Burtnick will go to 5-2, and they'll have the evening off. PEI falls to 4-2. They'll play Ontario in our feature. Both teams will go in 4-2. There you saw Northern Ontario with the hammer and leading by a couple. Alberta wins to move into first place. Manitoba among the leaders. And the game that we will concentrate on now is Saskatchewan against BC in a 4-4 tie on a Tuesday afternoon here at the Ottawa Civic Centre. And to set the scene, we've got Saskatchewan and Doug Harcourt from the Humboldt and Quill Lake curling clubs playing the Red Stones. Second Brier appearance against the Brier rookies out of Victoria, BC's Dean Joanisse. And Saskatchewan, after a slow start, having lost 3 in a row, have rattled off 3 straight wins, so they're 3-3. BC is 1-4 coming in. And in this tent, it is Saskatchewan with the hammer.
They were able to blank the 9th, and that's a very key point, of course, to hold the hammer coming home.
We'll talk to Doug Harcourt a little bit over the last couple of days, and they just weren't prepared to play on ice. First of all, that was just quick and that was moving so much in the early stage of the first 3 games they played in. And as they played, they just got more comfortable, and he said it's just marvelous ice surface, but we just weren't prepared to adjust to it, I guess, and that's how we got off to the bad start. They've curled very, very well the last few games. Here's the tick. Is he going to get it?
He is. The BC Stone stays in the house,
nice.
but still getting it out of the center line area. That's a great shot.
Off that center line. You play that on the outside, too, though, not across the face. Tight to the rings like that, you don't want to be raising it to the 4-foot or something, so.
Randy Turvo throws the lead stones for this all-rookie team at the Brier, but they had a great run in BC, didn't they?
They had a wonderful run. Now, you know, every province has great teams, but in British Columbia, there was 3 that everybody was looking for to come out. Greg McCauley to repeat. He lost the final to this team, and then, of course, Rick Folk and Pat Ryan, past champions, and they've lost in the last 3 games. But you talk about the Saskatchewan team coming on, you're bang on, Ray. A couple of really poor games for Doug Harcourt himself, and then he just got mad, I guess, and he shot 95%, and he's been up in those sorts of numbers ever since.
How were his draws early, Linda? Aha!
How long have we got?
I just trust you on those things, that's all. Because he just said he struggled with the draw weight in the early part of the
Explain, though,
round robin.
Ray, excuse me, why is it? You know, you mentioned earlier how ice and the improvement of ice conditions maybe was in the east. It is now in Manitoba. I would suspect in BC. Why is it Saskatchewan might be still struggling with ice?
Well, I think their scenario's getting better and better, but you got to remember there's an awful lot of very small curling clubs in all the small centers. Like there's a curling club
Humboldt and Quill Lake, for example.
Yeah, of course. And you know, you have to have the surfaces to work with to start with, and then you have to have the ice makers or the technologists that really are prepared to adjust and change some of the old-fashioned habits they have. Is that any good, Linda?
I'd take that. And to answer your question, Ray, early on in the going, Doug Harcourt himself had a discrepancy between draw percentage and hitting percentage of over 10 percentage points. Yeah. So it definitely does show up.
Greg Harcourt throws the second stones. Brother Doug, the skip stone. The VC second is Glenn Jackson.
This is a good team. I've watched them play before. I've been to a number. I've never played against them, but I've been a number of months where I've watched them play. This is a very good team, and they're now starting to feel very, very comfortable, and they're going to be tough, as they announced this morning and this afternoon.
You may wonder why BC would put a guard into that position, but they're just desperate now with those rocks being moved off so nicely by Saskatchewan. They're looking for a place where they can get a mistake.
Saskatchewan beating Wayne Middaugh this morning, and Wayne went into the game with last rock. First end, he was held to a single, and Saskatchewan got 2 in the second end, and they just kind of walked it through.
BC third is Jay Tucson.
For BC, it's a bit of a learning experience for Dean especially. Jay is a more seasoned player and had been skipping. And it's some tough lessons to learn. In the first game, BC had a good chance to win, and 10th in didn't go well, and I guess we could all second guess some of the calls, but couldn't quite pull it out. And since then, things have just been a little up and down for the team.
So we mentioned this is the second trip to the Brier for all the members of this Saskatchewan team. 94 Red Deer. They struggled there, finishing with a record of 3-8. This is Kevin Kaltoff.
The way they're playing now, it certainly looks like they're going to not just better that record, but really have a chance to be in the playoffs at the end of the week. This is great shooting. And another team, Ray, we keep saying this, but the kinds of teams that can develop a bit of a lead, like we said about Alberta, and then can defend it so easily. Look at them peel out these rocks.
No, they look comfortable out there now, and talking to them yesterday, they feel good. They're throwing it well. We know they can hit. You have to force these kind of teams to play it a touch quieter, but with the feel for the ice they have now, and Doug has lots of experience, knows how to read ice, which is a huge part of the game. And they are now going to be tough.
Conditions like this, Ray, and ice like this, when you're on the Gold Trail, do you not experience ice like this?
No, not often. I mean, it's getting better and better and better. I mean, the ice today compared to 10 or 12 years ago is just like night and day. I mean, we, in our provincial playdowns, senior playdowns at our club, the Granite this year, the ice was just marvelous. It was almost, you felt when you got in the hack, you could hardly miss, you know. I managed to have a few misses, but I certainly felt that, you know, and I was very satisfied with my play. I mean, I think I told you earlier in the year that I wasn't happy with the way I was playing, you know. It just takes, I worked on it for a month or so, and then you get on an ice surface like that and you just feel so good. We go to we go to the seniors, and the ice was marvelous there, you know. And
one of the differences too, Vic, and we have to give credit to the whole ice crew. We've been talking about the head ice maker here, Hans Vutrick, but these ice makers, when they come to an event like this, work round the clock. And at a cash spiel, you have very little time between draws to do the things that they do here.
And what I think too happens, doesn't it, that the little secrets, when the ice makers come and work on these events,
that's a good point, Dick.
Then they take it back to their respective clubs, and eventually it filters down.
The good ice makers will come for that very reason and work on these crews to learn from the people that have spent the time. And as a result, they do that. All that knowledge filters back into their into the areas, and that's how you end up with better and better ice each year. And then, you know, as Russ pointed out in our morning show, and it's so true, that you get to learn the knowledge of the stones, and the stones are every bit as important as the ice surface. You can have a great ice surface and have bad stones and have a lot of problems, I can tell you. I think the 2 or 3 I did miss in the seniors, I had a bad stone.
We definitely believe that.
Of course you do.
Playing the skip stones here in the 10th of a 4-4 tie. And just a reminder, coming up next, Champions League Soccer, Real Madrid Leeds United. As soon as we're finished with our coverage of this 10th draw, the Nokia Brier. 39-year-old Doug Harcourt trying to win Saskatchewan's first Brier since Rick Folk did it back in 1980. They've come close a couple of times. And now you've got one left, nothing to hide behind. Where do you put it?
There's a whole bunch of different theories. A lot of people put it near the back of the house, making it enticing to hit and hoping for a rollout. Other people try to find a spot on the ice that's a little tricky, maybe a bit straighter if they're going to hit it. But at this level, it's tough if you have nowhere to hide.
Looking to win his 4th in a row. Final stone of this 10 for BC and skip Dean Joanisse.
Stay with me.
And he'll put it all the way at the back edge of the 8. Straight draw here.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of players, once Dean puts it into the house at the back, would ignore that rock, put the broom edge of the 8 foot, say, and draw to the center. But it's clear that Doug is not doing that because of the broom position. It looks like he may be playing a tap back, perhaps. It's a little hard to tell.
Needing to hold the shooter for the 1 point to win here in the 10th.
Playing the out turn draw down to it.
Final stone. Brian Wempig, Greg Harcourt, the front end of this team from Humboldt and Quill Lake Curling Clubs.
Quiet little tap back is exactly what Linda said, and that's what he's playing.
Perfect. It looks like it has tap back weight, back 8 type weight.
From an 0-3 start, 4 straight wins now for Saskatchewan to sit 4-3, and they are now among the contenders through 10 draws of this Nokia Brier. Meanwhile, Al Hector in Northern Ontario have won their 4th. A 7-5 win over Newfoundland to go to 4-3. Newfoundland 0-6. Let's go. We're rolling. You bet you are. 4 straight wins for Saskatchewan.
If you can't stop here, stop here for 25% off the regular price of Midas VSD brake pads and shoes. They've got a lifetime guarantee and they're the best we've ever offered. They're quieter, they stop faster, and last longer. And if they wear out, we'll provide you with new ones at no charge for as long as you own your car. So for 25% off VSD brakes, go Midas.
Every year about the same time, same place, it's back with a blast. Another cold Canadian winter, another frozen gas line. This winter, fight back. Fill up at Husky and Mohawk with ethanol-blended high-performance gasoline with a built-in gas line antifreeze. The ethanol blend offers added performance and a reduction of harmful emissions. This winter, you'll win with Husky and Mohawk, Mother Nature's gas stations.
Hockey. The fast pace. I think it's time for a break between periods. You know, being a big brother only takes a few hours a week, and the benefits last a lifetime. It's safe, it's fun, and best of all, there's always someone cheering for you. So don't get called for delay a game. Call to become a big brother today. You might just get drafted after all.
The Nokia Brier on TSN, presented by Sheraton Hotels and Resorts, is brought to you by your Husky and Mohawk Diesel Max Fuel retailers. IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level. And Nova Scotia, Canada's seacoast.
So Alberta, with their win over Nova Scotia, sit atop the table at 5-1. Manitoba, look at all the teams at 2 losses. Manitoba will have the night off. Ontario PEI is our featured. Quebec will also be on the ice tonight. And then at 3 losses, bunched again. And then at 5 and 6, and you have to believe, well, you know, those teams at 3 have to start falling back and falling back quickly. Nice day, actually, for a skate on the Rideau Canal here in Ottawa.
Regina welcomes all curling fans to get ready for Canada's Roaring 20. The best teams in the country, competing for the right to wear the maple leaf in Salt Lake City. Get your tickets now.
Hey, Canada, are you Ticket packages are rocking and ready right now by phone or email.
The Nokia Brier's making history.
Are you ready?
Sweet my coffee.
Mrs. Lang?
We've got 10 million reasons to accuse the man. Where is that? Hey, Patty! It's not my job to make the phone call.
Introducing Advil Liquid Gels, the only liquid gel that gives you effective migraine relief that's fast. Pro, service always first.
The Nokia Brier on TSN, presented by Sheraton Hotels and Resorts, is brought to you by Ford, supporting the drive to achieve. Karcher, quality cleaning equipment. And Nokia, proud sponsor of the Nokia Brier.
So we're all back with you at 7:30 for Draw 11. It'll be two teams at 4 and 2, and both teams right now losing. PEI and Peter McDonald against Ontario and Wayne Madaw. That's everybody in the country except for the Toronto area that will first see WWF, and then at 9 Eastern Time, you'll see the Maple Leafs against the Flames in Calgary. Stay with us. Champions League soccer is coming up. Real Madrid against Leeds United. Now, on behalf of Linda, Ray, and our entire crew, thanks for joining us. Here in Ottawa, this is the Nokia Brier on TSN.